Raider Nation, what is going on? Happy Saturday to everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Just drinking a little bit of coffee here. How you guys doing? What do you guys think about the draft so far? Been kind of evaluating it. Some, things I want to go over here. You guys put it in the chat what you're feeling right now. A, B, C, D, or give a percentage. What do you guys think of this Raiders draft so far? I'm not feeling too comfortable with it, to be honest with you guys. And not just because my guy Hendon Hooker got taken. I mean, that's part of it, but it's a little deeper than that. So let some people get in here, see what you guys think. Should you guys hit the like button? Yeah, I'll probably start with this one. All right. I'm going to pull up a page here. All right, you guys see that all right? Maybe I should blow it up a little bit. Hold on. All right, let's kind of go over last year's draft as we kind of get into this here. Want to kind of give a refresher so everything's in proper context. So right here, last year in round 3, obviously we traded away our first 2 picks for the Davante Adams trade. Thought that was a good trade, obviously, for only a first and second round. So I'll give the organization kudos for getting him. Derek Carr probably did have a lot to do with that, getting Davante Adams, though. So going into round 3 last year, so this is the 2022 draft, we got Dylan Parham, guard out of Memphis. It seems like Dylan Parham was a good pick. So I'm not going to knock that pick too much, okay? Next up, the Raiders went and got – sorry, I'm scrolling back and forth. Make sure you guys can see it. Hold on. All right, next up, the Raiders on the 4th round went and got Zamir White, okay? So going into the season, as talent evaluation, we had Josh Jacobs. Yeah, it's good to get a running back, okay? Actually, I forgot to pull up one more page. I'm going to have to click back and forth. Give me a second. All right, let me share this screen right here, okay? I'm about to blow this one up too. Hold on. Jerry Tolley, what up, big dog? How you doing, dude? How you feeling about this draft, man? All right, we'll blow this one up. I know it's kind of small. Might have to do it again. Make sure you guys can see that. It's a little better. All right. So I go in. I want to evaluate the running backs and how much we were paying guys, okay? Josh Jacobs. So this is for this year, though. It should. Why won't it? I might have to use the other website. Hold on. I had everything ready, but this one thing I want to go over. So I'll share this one so you guys can see our draft picks here while I'm kind of getting this other thing set up. So try Spotrac, see if they'll pull up. Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday. All right. I think I like Spotrac a little better anyways. So all right, let's share this one. want to go into the running backs. I want to see what we paid the running backs. I looked at it the other day, so all right, you guys see that all right? All right, Jerry Tully said we hit on number one, but the rest may be bust. Why no QB when there are several available in the second round? It's crazy, bro. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. I want to kind of put things into context because a lot of us, okay, we all like I fall into this too sometimes, guys. So I'm gonna like point the finger at myself, okay. But we kind of lose track of some things of like that happened, okay. And there's actually even more I wanted to get into. Maybe another video I'll get into it, but I wanted to get into the amount of players that the Raiders moved on from. Maybe we'll have time towards the end of the video. I can kind of touch on that. But the players that like we went into the 2022 season with, and this the coaching staff and Dave Ziegler got rid of, that saying that they wanted to get their guys or whatever. Okay. So we had Josh Jacobs on the roster. They signed Brandon Bolden. Okay. I guess not a super lot of money for Brandon Bolden, but there was really no reason to have Brandon Bolden on the Raiders. This guy, was trash. So, Brandon Bolden, I don't even know why the Raiders signed him last year. So that was like a miss in my opinion. Okay. And then Amir Abdullah, yeah, not a whole lot of money either. I kind of like Amir for special teams. But as far as the why do they have Brian Hoyer on here? All right. Anyways, I kind of like Amir Abdullah, but more of like a special team. Just want to check something real quick. Oh, that's why. Hold on, guys. I hit update. See, I thought Brandon Bolden was making more than that. Let's see if it updated it now. Because I thought we paid Brandon Bolden something ridiculous. Eli Nichols. Salary cap. Account to including stupid pop-up ads. Or maybe that was it. I wonder. I won't do that. All right, let's just go in here to Brandon Bolden. Sorry, thanks guys for being patient with me, but hopefully that gave some people to get in the chat or whatever too. So, I wanted to get into some of the stuff with the Raiders, and kind of some of the contracts that were paid out to guys going into last year, and then I want to look at their draft picks, and I want to just see. I want to try my best, to see the big picture of like what the Raiders' plan was going into last year and what they're like try to figure out what their plan was going into this draft. Okay. Because I'm not like real happy with, some of the moves that I've seen. It seems a little ridiculous to me. Maybe I'm wrong, But yeah, I don't think I am. So savings 2.25. Yeah, this isn't the way they do this is weird. I'm pretty sure it's these two added together end up being like the actual contract, because I'm pretty sure Brandon Bolden was making like two point something million, and then we got Amir Abdullah, like 1.1 million. That's not too bad. So they brought the point is they brought in running backs. We had cut I don't even know if they'll show them on here. Let's see. Who's the running back we had that they cut or traded? Pretty sure they just cut him. The dude that went to the Ravens. I'd probably have to go in the previous year. But I don't know. Going into it, I think we had like, I don't know, 3 running backs. So we had Josh Jacobs, right? Josh Jacobs, and then we signed Brandon Bolden right here. And then we also got Amir Abdullah right here. Okay. And then let's flip over to the draft now. So we go into the draft, and in the 4th round, we get Zamir White. Okay. So 4th round, we get Zamir White. Kind of update the chat. What up, David? We need a linebacker. Absolutely. Yeah. We're going to get into that, man. Yeah, we definitely need help in linebacker room. Yeah, I agree, Jerry. They're clowns, dude. They got no clue how to build a team, and that's what we'll get into. But I want to try to evaluate it from a fair, the best I can to be fair, even though I'm upset or whatever. Okay. So, all right. So the 4th round, and I'm not going to go over the whole draft, who they could have gotten, I wasn't probably following the draft as much as maybe I should have as this year. Okay. So the 4th round, we got Zamir White right here. Okay. And then next up, we got a D tackle, Neil Farrell. Okay. So let's look at our D tackle position, who was on the cap last year. So we're going to go down, look at D tackles, Belial Nichols. Because we drafted 2 D tackles. So Neil Farrell Jr. and then Matthew Butler were the 2 D tackles we drafted last year in the 4th and the 5th round. Okay. So now let's switch over. Let's look at like kind of the salary cap. So going into last year, we had Belial Nichols. I'm pretty sure that this staff signed Belial Nichols. Okay. So we had 1 D tackle there. Andrew Billings, who they ended up trading away for nothing to the freaking Cowboys. Here's Neil Farrell Jr. That was one of our draft picks. And then Matthew Butler, one of our draft picks. Pecco wasn't that good. So essentially, besides the 2 we drafted, we had where is it? Pecco, so 1 D tackle, Neil Farrell Jr., 2 D tackles, Andrew Billings. So Andrew Billings was probably above the rest. Him and Neil Farrell, or not Neil Farrell. It was Belial Nichols. That's who they signed. Belial Nichols, I think, was okay. So Belial Nichols was probably the starter, him and Andrew Billings. Okay. So I guess the point is, let's flip back here to the draft. So we got 2 D tackles. We had 2 between Andrew Billings and the other dude. So, we go 4th and 5th round and we get D tackles. Okay. We need D tackles. We need to build our interior line. 4th, 5th round D tackles. They're probably just going to be like backup guys. Okay. And then the 7th round, shouldn't expect too much from the 7th round. We go offensive tackle. Don't hate that. But then we go running back again. Okay. And yeah, running back 7th round picks is kind of a crapshoot, right? What you're going to get with your 7th round pick. But my point is, we go 2 running backs, last year, 2 D tackles and 2 offensive linemen. Okay. We got our guard, Dylan Parham, and then we go tackle in the 7th round as well. So, you know, we didn't have too much to work with. I don't remember if we traded something because we didn't draft in the 6th round. Maybe we traded something to get Matthew Butler right there. But, definitely some questionable stuff. When you look at this draft right here, sorry, I forgot to switch back. This draft right here of, 2 D tackles, and then 2 offensive linemen. Okay. So at at worst, these 2 guys should at least be rotational players. Neil Farrell Jr., D tackle, and Matthew Butler. Okay. However, if you're gonna use a 4th round pick, I mean, that should be more than just a rotational player. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're drafting a guy right here and then the very next year you're gonna get a D tackle, I mean, why did you draft a D tackle this year? Let alone use a 5th round pick. And I know you can never like have enough defensive interior line and studs, man, but you know, it's just kind of crazy or whatever. So I'll try to keep mm, looks like the Raiders picked. Let me see. Hold on. Trying to keep updated with some of this to see must have traded up to get Christopher Smith, it looks like. Safety out of Georgia. That's not a bad pick versus some of the other stuff they've been doing. So all right, so let's kind of get into I guess this year's draft. Let's kind of look at what we got going on here. Actually, let me refresh this. Maybe it will update our pick here. Let it cycle through and then we'll see. It was stopping at 135 earlier. We'll see if it will keep going. Damn, it hasn't updated the 5th round yet. Probably because the 5th round ain't over yet. They should update it here soon. Defense, safety, Christopher Smith. All right, so this is the safety that the Raiders just got. We'll kind of touch base on that real quick. 5'10", 192. I'll kind of read their breakdown of him. No other returning player in Georgia secondary has had more interceptions than safety Christopher Smith last season, 5'11", 190 pounds. 5th-year defensive back, made several key plays for a defensive unit that helped Georgia to be a national title. While his frame and play strength might count against him in the NFL draft safety class, Smith has pretty enticing athletic upside. He's fluid mover with the play, speed, patrol, and deep third. Smith also flashes to impressive play dialogue skills during last season. But this height, dude, I mean, it's pretty crazy to me, guys. Same with the other cornerback we got, 5'10". We're drafting fucking midgets, bro. These guys are midgets, man. Can you guys say Carl Joseph and Amik Robertson, dude? I mean, fuck, dude. These guys, Travis Kelce going to be holding up the ball, and these guys are just going to be like, Travis Kelce going to hold the ball, and these little safeties and cornerbacks are going to be like this trying to get it, dude. They're too fucking short, man. These guys are too short. Whatever. So, all right, so let's just kind of go through this draft. Let's kind of see from the start, kind of like what we're thinking. All right, Tyree Wilson, 6'5", 271, edge rusher out of Texas Tech. I did like this pick. Okay, I did want Hendon Hooker, but I think like top 10 pick, I believe should be somebody like of a high caliber, like one of the positions where people, the guys are making a lot of money if you were to sign them in free agency. So not a fan of going offensive tackle top 10. Not a fan of going cornerback if you're top 10. I think you should be going like edge rusher, D tackle, or quarterback. Okay. I don't think there's too many like positions in the NFL where, they better be a super elite stud to get in the top 10. Otherwise, trade back or figure something else out. So I do like the pick in the 1st round, Tyree Wilson. He's probably the 2nd best edge rusher as far as potential. So he's got a lot of upside, a lot of things to work on. But, I'm not going to hate on that pick. Okay. All right. Michael Mayer, the tight end. So a lot of people, I watched some stuff on him. A lot of people had him as the number 1 rated tight end from Notre Dame, 6'4", 249. Kind of read his bio. At 6'4.5", 251 pounds. Mayer already has the look of an NFL tight end. He puts this size and apparent function link to good use and dangerous pass catching target at tight end Notre Dame. Meanwhile, he's demonstrated impressive aptitude in multiple aspects, blocking from the position. As one of the top all-around tight end prospects we've seen for a long time, Mayer has scouting report that should leave NFL scouts salivating. All right, so on this one, the Raiders had traded. So we'll go through the draft. I wish they would show it on here, because some of these I remembered just by memory. But we traded pick 141. Okay. So that would have been this pick right here to the Colts. So we moved up from 38 to, I think it was like 34. Okay. So we moved 4 positions. We gave up this pick. Okay. Now, how valuable that pick is, like if we could have got a linebacker or cornerback, I don't know. We're going to try to like digest that here shortly. So, going into it, it's like, okay, so we go round 2. Okay. We move from this spot right here, 38, and we move up to 35. Okay. Now, if this dude ends up being a super stud tight end, the thing I like about him is that he can block. Okay. He can block and, he can catch the ball as well. So, not necessarily bad as far as that goes. Oh, I did want to go over this. So I want to, like, as I'm reading stuff off, we can kind of go over these guys' stats. So Tyree Wilson, this is his stats. Okay. Right here. Tyree Wilson, 6'6", 275. Make sure you guys can see that. All right. So 7 sacks last year and then 7 the year before. So over the last 2 years, 14 sacks. So that's pretty good for an edge rusher. It might have been nice had he been the 10 range, but pretty good. Had a lot of assists, solo sacks, 36. So, this dude I think is going to be a stud for us. So, like I said earlier, I do like that. Let's look at the tight end, Michael Mayer. All right, 6'4", 250 out of Notre Dame. So he had a lot of production, 800 yards for tight end. I think that's pretty good for college. And then 840 the year before. So it's consistent. It's looking pretty consistent. 9 touchdowns this last year. And then 7 touchdowns the year before, averaging 12.1 yards a catch. So the stats back it up that, he is probably a pretty damn good tight end. Okay. And the film, I think, shows that as well. Okay. However, because we got to look at the whole picture. That's what I want to do. He may have been the best player on the board, okay? But who else was available in positions of need that were maybe like a stud or super stud, Because like when I look at it, there was other tight ends I think we could have got in the later round that I was thinking, okay? Derek Hall, this guy, he's listed as an edge rusher that the Seahawks got, but he's also a linebacker, so you can put him at linebacker. So this was I didn't think he'd go this quick, but obviously the Seahawks saw something in him and they went and got him. So it's kind of a universal player. I liked him. There's like some offensive tackles on here. Don't need edge rushers. Cornerback. Okay. So for those of us that wanted a cornerback, Julius Brents was available. We could have got him without moving up. And obviously hindsight's 2020, but he's a little bit bigger than some of our other guys, 6'2", 198. See who else. Safety Brian Branch. This dude's supposed to be a stud, 5'11", 190. Would like to see like maybe 10 more pounds on him, but all right, cornerback, Jatavius Martin. I think they reached on him, but I mean, whatever. So the Commanders got him. If we wanted to go Cody Mock, like if we would have got multiple second-round picks, I would have considered maybe trying to get Cody Mock. I thought this would be a good dude for the Raiders, but I don't know if I would have picked him right there. And then D tackle, that's another one we could have looked at. 6'5", 310. Okay. The guy that I really, really, really wanted was this guy. Maybe a little early for where we were at in the second round, but Tyree Stevenson was a guy, cornerback out of Miami that I've been looking at for a while. 6 foot, 198 pounds, 37.7 vertical jump. I mean, I think this dude's going to be a stud. He went to the Bears. So that was the guy that I really, really wanted. So, and I think he would have been worth the second round pick. Okay. Cyrus Torrance, offensive guard. Not that we would have gone offensive guard. DJ Turner, cornerback, out of Michigan. I think a lot of people like this guy. Weight a little bit light for, in my opinion. But I know a lot of these cornerbacks are going like, more faster than like, guys with size. Tyler Steen. So we're kind of getting into the third round a little bit. This is a guy that I thought that that I liked, that I thought would be a stud. And then the Broncos got Drew Sanders, guys, linebacker out of Arkansas, 6'4", 235. So that's fucked, man. I mean, that one hurts because Drew Sanders, I thought would have been a good pickup for us. There was a couple more linebackers too, but I think the other linebackers went after us. So it just kind of like looking back, okay, let's kind of, I'll try my best to evaluate this pick for tight end for like as far as need and talent available on the tight end. So I guess my question to you guys, like if you guys were to go back in the second round, is there anybody else you guys would have drafted instead of the tight end that we got, Michael Mayer? I know the Raiders really need a more universal linebacker than who we had with Darren Waller. Like, that was one of my critiques. I will say that it was like when Gruden was our coach, it was like anytime you had Foster Moreau on our team, you knew it was automatically going to be a run, right? When Foster Moreau was on the field, you knew it'd be a run, and when Darren Waller was on the field, you knew it'd be a pass. So that is predictable, and that makes it tough to draw up plays and to like kind of build your offense to have an unpredictable offense. Okay, so I was really upset when it happened because I wanted my guy Hendon Hooker. I'd say I don't know, man. I mean, considering we had to trade a pick 141 in the fourth round to move up to, or was it fifth round? But we had to trade pick 141 to move up 4 spots. If this guy ends up being a stud, then so be it, kind of thing. So let's see who else in here, what you guys are saying, and then we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, I saw that, David, that we got a safety. I'll try to break him down here a little bit. Yeah, he does look pretty good. That might have been one of the better picks we've had. Jerry Tully said we should have got Phillips, cornerback from Utah. 10-day bender, what up? All right. So, looking back, the tight end position, we need a linebacker. I guess the question is like, would there have been a cornerback in here that would have been more valuable to us? I don't know if that's bigger for you guys. I don't know if you can see it all right, but a cornerback that would have been better for us to get, or a safety or a linebacker here in the second round. All right. I'll give that pick a wash. Even though I wanted Hendon Hooker, I'll try to be fair. All right. And I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, that's probably a smart move for best player available. Maybe not the exact biggest need for our team. Like we need a linebacker, right? But pretty good pick. So, but here's where things like to me get really dicey. Okay. So our third pick, Byron Young. Okay. Now we need a defensive tackle. I understand this. Okay. And Byron Young, I thought would be an okay player, but I didn't like Byron Young at 70, guys. Byron Young was like, I don't know, in the 90s or something, like maybe we could have got him at pick 100. Maybe that would have been chancing it too much. I don't think Byron Young was worth picking at 70. I think there was too much talent on the board still for us to get this D tackle. Even though we need a D tackle, okay? And remember, like I'm trying to, paint a picture and show you guys, dude, we just got 2 freaking D tackles last year, man. So what were these busts? So this is what kind of fires me up and pisses me off. Why did we get 2 D tackles last year and we're getting another one this year? I mean, like to me, this is damage control, guys. This is an organization. They drafted them, not John Gruden. This was their draft picks, and if these guys aren't working out and they're backups, they should have drafted them. They maybe draft one, right? But they didn't do that. They double dipped, and then they dipped this year, and they overdrafted the guy this year, Byron Young, dude. So to me, it's like, people say, "Oh, this is a great pick with Byron Young." Is it? Dude, they just drafted 2 D tackles, man. And then they traded away Andrew Billings for nothing. So instead of adjusting and getting Andrew Billings to play better. So I don't know, man. I see it as overreaching, okay? And I see it as not a very good pick. And I'll show you why, because there's a lot of other talent on the board that would have helped us, I think, more than this D tackle at this position at this point. All right, so we'll read his stats right here. We'll read his stats right here, and then we'll kind of go over some shit that I'm thinking of or whatever. So it says 6'3" D tackle out of Alabama, 294. Even more impressive than Young's power capacities is play strength. This is a trait of Young's that can be considered elite. The Alabama D tackle has core strength to maintain lower body blockers, long arms, while exerting power with his offhand. With his hand strength, he can violently rip down and break free into gaps. Furthermore, Young has core hand strength to swim over off-balance blockers and crash into lanes after extending to lock out linemen. And a pass rusher, he's flashed necessarily high level, placed strength prize way through creases and double teams. So it sounds like, it sounds good, right? Like it sounds good, but is it? Like, let's look at his stats right here. So this is Byron Young, 6'3", 243 right here. I'm gonna look at his stats. So he had 22 tackles total. All right, 15 assists, lost for 12, and 7 sacks. I don't know, man. Maybe that's good for college. This sack number seems low to pick a guy this high, and then 5.5 the year before, especially with the talent around him. So he played for Tennessee, same team that my guy Hendon Hooker played for, right? So, and I'm like, okay, so we get this guy, D tackle. We got 2 last year. And I'm not convinced that this guy is worth a second round. Maybe he'll end up being a stud. Maybe I'll be wrong. Okay. But I'm not seeing it. So the other thing is, all right, going back to the draft, this is pick 70, guys, right? My guy Hendon Hooker that I've been fucking pounding the drum for, and some of us other Raider fans pounded the drum for. Think about it. Think about this, guys. We could have potentially got a franchise quarterback trading from pick 70 to we should have been able to trade somewhere in here with the damn Eagles or maybe even the Bears. One of the D tackles I really liked was actually Zach Pickens, that the Bears got, but he went off the board. So maybe I get it to some degree. The other D tackle was this guy, Sika Ika. This is a guy that I thought would be a good fit for the Raiders, but not in the second round. So maybe the Browns, reached a little bit on him, but I thought Sika Ika would be like a 3rd round pick. But think about it. You're telling me that we could trade some draft picks to move up, in the second round to get a tight end, but we can't trade the 70th pick to move up somewhere in here to go get a franchise quarterback. This is mind-boggling to me, guys. This right here is a miss, in my opinion. If you could have got a franchise quarterback and maybe you only have to give up like a 3rd round pick next year or maybe something this year or 4th or 5th or something like that, fuck, go get a quarterback, dude. This is terrible, man. So I'll just kind of leave that part at that. All right. So we'll get into the next pick. All right. Now here's one of the guys that I really wanted. I think I forgot to mention him earlier. So, all right. We had 3 linebackers right here that we could have got in the second round. So say we don't go quarterback, right? We had DeJuan Henley right here. We had Trenton Simpson right here. I didn't mean to click that one. DeMarvion Overshown. This was one that I wanted. I didn't think he'd go this high, but this is a guy that I thought had a lot of potential. 6'2", 229. This was I was kind of pissed when the Cowboys got him in the second round because I thought The Raiders might be able to get DeMarvion Overshown, okay? But whatever, he went. Darnell Washington fell pretty far, tight end, but he would have gone before our next pick. Jordan Battle, safety. He's probably going to be a stud safety. Great size, too. 6'1", 209. Then we got this guy. This is the most mind-boggling pick to me, Trey Tucker. And I know Raw Raider fans are big on him right now. They're like, oh, man, this dude's a speedster, 5'8", 182. Okay, let's pull up his stats. Let's see. Let's see how good this guy really is. Let's kind of see what you guys are saying here real quick. All right, Tanae Benner said this defensive back we just got has no stamina, get burst, but no fast receivers with mediocre route running all the time. I can't believe we traded up for this clown. You're talking about Chris Smith or Christopher Smith or something like that? Yeah, we do need linebackers, yeah. So I'm not mad at any of our picks except the last defensive back. This is a disgrace. If we didn't pick this clown defensive back, I don't even think he would have been drafted by any team. All right, so again, this is a Trey Tucker, wide receiver out of Cincinnati, 5'9", 172. So he's small, right? This guy better be the next coming of fucking Tyreek Hill right here. But I mean, is he for a wide receiver? I mean, look at this, guys. He only had 672 yards last year and then 426 the year before. He had 2 touchdowns year before last, and last year only 3 touchdowns, dude. This guy is not a ball. Like, dude, this is not good stats for a stud wide receiver, dude. Not in the 3rd round, in my opinion. And I know we need a speedster to take off the top, but we've already gotten 2 wide receivers in free agency that are supposed to be speedsters. So this is this pick is like mind blowing to me, guys. When we need a linebacker and a cornerback at this point in the draft, why the fuck did we get this fucking piece of shit, man? We drafted this guy way too high. This guy should not be a 3rd round pick at pick 100. There's no way that anybody on their boards were like, I'm getting Trey Tucker at fucking pick, 103 or something like that. So this was a reach. This was a big failure right here on the Raiders' behalf. I don't care if he runs a 4.340, dude. His production, right? His production is not what it should be, guys. Like, the stats don't prove that this guy's going to be a stud. Maybe he went to the Senior Bowl and impressed the coaches, dude. I don't give a shit. I don't like this pick. I think this was a terrible pick here at pick 100, okay? So let's kind of go down and let's see who else we could have gotten. I know we traded up right here for this cornerback. I know some people like this guy. Maybe he'll be good, all right? Keely Ringo fell really hard. I guess he had some character issues or some shit and maybe a shoulder injury, so that was why I think they were saying he fell. I mean, offensive tackle, this guy I think is going to be a stud. 6'8", 374 out of Ohio State. We could have got him. So, and I know we need a linebacker or whatever. Offensive guard, City Sal. That was one of the guys I kind of liked for a later pick. There's a linebacker that went. I'm trying to find him. Just give me a second here. Or maybe it was in the 2nd round. Hold on, let me see. Noah Sewell. All right, Noah Sewell, linebacker. I'm not sure. I think he's been taken by now because this draft board hasn't updated past the 5th round. So, we could have got maybe a linebacker or something, but or an offensive lineman. I don't know. I just don't like this pick here. Where they got a wide receiver that high in the draft. That's a 3rd round pick. We could have gone, one of these other cornerbacks they got, right? We could have double dipped, maybe get a safety and a cornerback right here if you don't like any of the linebackers available on the board. So I'm going to say this is a miss right here in the 3rd round. I don't like that pick at all. And then we go and we get this guy, okay? Jackaron Bennett, 5'10", 188. So he's small. Dude, this guy's small. Well, like, are we focusing on just small fucking, defenders? I mean, dude, we've gotten just like smoked from tall tight ends like Travis Kelce, dude. So why are we getting midget fucking cornerbacks, dude? I don't know. I know he's supposed to run really fast. Forget what his 40 time was, but it says flashes exceptional recovery speed while tracking receivers downfield. He has throttle freedom, sudden chop on his feet, reacts, sinking stem, shows off excellent lateral twitch and agility, maintaining positioning, brings very willing physicality at catch, actively seeking to disrupt wide receivers. So this guy had a lot. We'll go to his stats here. This guy had a lot of penalties. I'd seen it, someone had posted it, but didn't seem too great to me. So this guy has 2 interceptions this year and then 3 interceptions the year before. Okay. Tackles, I don't know, that's probably about right. But only 2 interceptions, man. That's not great, guys. I mean, he better be breaking up a lot of balls because right now, the way I'm looking at this, that's not a great stat, man. I mean, not saying he needs to get like 10 interceptions, but I mean, I'm not seeing this guy being a stud. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. All right, here. So let's kind of roll on to our next pick here. We had some other, Dewan Jones, offensive tackle. Like I was saying, City Sow, linebacker, Ventrell Miller. That guy's small, though. 5'11". That's too short for a linebacker, in my opinion. Jake Haener, and a lot of Raider fans wanted Jake Haener. Kind of funny that Fresno State quarterback went to the Saints behind Derek Carr. And then this is the one I want to really get into. Give me a second. I gotta go check something here. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. All right, so let's get into this quarterback here. Aidan O'Connell. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Jerry Tully said, what's worst of all this is may give McDaniels another free year in 2024 because he will say he didn't get his quarterback. I don't like these guys, the staff, man. Could have at least got Jake Haener from Fresno. I didn't want Jake Haener, I'll be honest with you, man. But I know some Raider fans did. And he said, what's this talk about Russell Wilson being traded? I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it either. That's the first I've heard of it, to be honest with you. So, all right, let's get into this quarterback, right? Shout out to Lafayette. I believe that was one of the people I was in here saying something about Aidan O'Connell, or maybe it was Raiders 7528. I don't remember, but somebody yesterday had said something about keep an eye on Aidan O'Connell. They think the Raiders are going to draft him. So I don't know if people have like insider information or what's going on, but yeah, someone had posted this yesterday. I just don't remember who it was, so I apologize for not giving them the right credit. So 6'3", 213. It says the upside isn't a prime selling point with O'Connell, neither with his arm or his mobility, but he does throw a tight spiral and has flashed the necessary strength to push the ball outside the adjacent numbers into tight windows. O'Connell has enough arm strength to stay on the rhythm on short throws. He flashed the ability to mix pace and touch with crisp release. O'Connell is not a natural creator, but he does have mild degree of corrective quickness in the pocket and has shown to snap into phase ahead of throws. So I forgot to share this tab. Sorry. All right. So this is the Aiden O'Connell one. So when I click back and forth, I can't see the screen. Let me make sure you guys can see that now. Okay. All right. So let's go into his breakdown. The Raiders' future the Raiders' future franchise quarterback here. So this dude, this is fucking mind-blowing, dude. All right. So this dude had 12 games, 500 attempts, okay? 3,400 yards. So I don't know, yards is quite a bit. Year before, total yards was like 3,700 right here. 28 touchdowns year before last, and then 22 touchdowns year before. But you guys see anything that's a red flag to you? Anything in here is a red flag to anybody besides me. 13 interceptions and 11 interceptions. Dude, this guy's touchdown interception ratio is terrible. This is like fucking like horse shit. I mean, this is less like he's like right here. This is like over 50% of his passes are going to be interceptions. This is like a Derek Carr rewind. And I know some people love Derek Carr, but Derek Carr's touchdown interception ratio is not great. So this is not a good stat, guys. And it's consistent. It's not just like this was an anomaly year right here. This guy is fucking trash, bro. Like straight up. This guy is not a fucking good quarterback. And the Raiders picked this motherfucker in the fucking fifth. What was it? Scroll back over here. We picked him at the end of the fourth round. We traded up, man. We traded up to go get this fucking terrible quarterback. Some Raider fans are like, this guy's great, you know? And then I seen one comment is like, you know, like I watch Purdue. I'm a Purdue fan. This guy is not a good quarterback. This guy, you know, like a fan of this Purdue was saying like this guy's not a good quarterback. And the stats prove it, guys. This is not a fucking it's not a good pick, man. This is not a good pick. And we shouldn't have traded up to get him. Let me restart this and see if they'll update this shit so we can kind of look at the next round. I mean, it's mind-boggling. You know, I know some people were wanting DTR. I didn't want him. Maybe not. I mean, not that high. But DTR was on the board. I mean, I would have rather had DTR than this guy. I'll be honest with you guys. Not saying I even wanted a quarterback. I mean, if anything, we should have got a linebacker right here and freaking, you know, maybe or double dip, get a cornerback, you know. So and this is the area where I would have been looking to double dip in certain places or to fucking to double dip in certain places or to go get offensive linemen if we had gotten like say a linebacker, cornerback, D tackle or something like that. This would be the area that you would want to be looking at offensive linemen in my opinion. Okay? And I know you're not gonna be able to fill like all the needs, but like to get a quarterback this high, I mean, damn, dude, they reached. Holy fuck, dude. The San Francisco Nine. We'll see if it stops here in a second. I got to kind of make sure this is accurate. Let's see. We're at 182. Why is this simulating? Oh, hold on. That's why. My bad. So that may not have been accurate. Hold on. I gotta double check it because this program sometimes it updates it, sometimes it doesn't. I like it because it gives this section over here so I can kind of see who's left or whatever if it updates it properly. So it didn't update it. I'm gonna have to go to a different one. So give me a second. All right. So here's fifth round after we got that quarterback. Okay. Let's kind of look at some of the guys came off the board. Um, Outside linebacker, Yasir Abdullah. Cornerback, Darius Rush. Clayton Tune. And then here, Dorian Thompson went to the Browns right here. Cameron Mitchell. This was actually a cornerback I thought might be good for like a later round pick, possibly. 5'11, 191. No. Pop-up ads on this shit is crazy. All right, so there's Dorian Thompson went, Cameron Mitchell. So this is also an area where I'd be looking for my guy Mika Gardner. So I'm trying to see if Mika Gardner, he's a cornerback, for like a later round pick. I want to see if he's came off the board yet. Also a defensive edge rusher, Isaiah Land. That's another guy I'm looking for about this time to come off the board. Henry To'oto went to the Texans. So we could have got a linebacker. I really liked Henry To'oto going into this draft. So Raiders trade up and get this dude, Christopher Smith. All right. I'll look up his stats in a second here. There was one. Noah Sewell. All right. This was a linebacker that I liked for a later round pick right here. So we got a garbage quarterback and we could have got Noah Sewell right here. Right. So this is a huge miss, dude. I mean, this is big time. To not get Noah Sewell right here. I think that's terrible, man. I think we overdrafted that quarterback who I don't like. I think he's trash. Also, offensive lineman Jordan McFadden, who I had in the later rounds. This would have been a steal of a pick. Chargers just got this dude, and I like this dude a lot. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through check everybody's names. Henry To'oto. So instead of going quarterback, we definitely could have got a linebacker here, guys. We could have either got Henry To'oto or Noah Sewell instead of getting a quarterback. Even right here, Christopher Smith, safety. I mean, dude, we could have got an or did he already go off? Hold on. No, Henry To'oto went before us. So we would have had to go linebacker instead of a quarterback to get either Henry To'oto or Noah Sewell right here. All right, let's look at this safety real quick. All right, so the safety that we picked up, that we traded for, I don't even know what we gave up. So I was trying to get this show ready. No other returning player in Georgia's secondary has more interceptions than safety Christopher Smith. Last season, the 5'11", 190, fifth-year defensive back made several key plays for a defensive unit that helped Georgia to a national title. While his frame and play strength might count against him in the 2023 draft safety class, Smith has plenty of enticing athletic upside. He's fluid mover with the play, speed and patrol, deep third. Smith also flashed impressively play diagnosis skills during last season. So yeah, he's short. Looks like he can get some. He's a ball hawk to some degree. But can you say Carl Joseph? I mean, does this scream Carl Joseph to anybody? 5'10", dude, midget fucking safety, dude. All right, let's check out his stats real quick. Pull him up. Give me a second. All right. 5'11", 195. Why didn't it pull up his stats? Oh, hold on. I got to go to a different one. This one has him at 190. So 5 interceptions, or no, 3 interceptions. And then 3 interceptions the year before. Quite a bit of tackles this last year. I mean, 3 interceptions. Honestly, I expected it to be more. Like when they said he led the, the SEC interceptions or something for a safety, I was expecting 5 or 7 interceptions, guys. I mean, 3 interceptions isn't that great in my opinion. So I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about him, but let's see what you guys are saying, what you guys think. So Aiden a better QB than Hooker? No, he's not, dude. You're high on crack, bro. You're fucking dude. Come on, man. I'm trying to keep my cool and not like lose my shit like I did yesterday. You really want to go here, bro? All right, let's do this breakdown, dude. So you're telling me that these 22 fucking touchdowns and 13 interceptions is better than Hendon Hooker's fucking 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, dude? You're smoking fucking crack, bro. Like that's the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life, dude. Like you got to be like seriously, it's like you got dropped on your fucking head, dude, and like you don't even know what you're fucking looking at. You fucking see this shit here, bro? Look at the fucking stats. You know, Hendon Hooker did not finish the last fucking game of the season, and he still has like 3,100 fucking yards, man. So you got a minus 1.5 games. That would have been part of his stats right here because he got fucking hurt. And it's consistent. It's not like he only got 2 interceptions here, and then the prior year he got like 15. You know what I mean? You're saying that this fuck, I forgot to share it, dude. Sorry. Here's the stats, dude. 27 fucking touchdowns, 2 interceptions here. Year before, 31 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So it's not like fucking the other dude, Connell, where, if it wasn't accurate, like if I would have maybe agree with you if it was like 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and then the year before was like 15 interceptions here or 10. But he's consistent, dude. Look at all of his years. 2 interceptions, 5 interceptions, 3 interceptions, 2, okay? You're telling me this motherfucker right here, right, that had 11 interceptions and 13 interceptions is better than Hendon Hooker? And yeah, maybe he had a few more yards, but didn't he go to a bowl game? So he had more playoff games because they count those playoff fucking stats. So this is like their stats as far as total yards is like pretty much the same fucking thing. His yards average is fucking 7. Let's see what Hendon Hooker's is. Yard average 9.5. His completion percentage 69.6 and then 68. Let's see what fucking your boy O'Connell is. 64. He's got a 64 completion percentage, and you think he's better than Hendon fucking Hooker? 500 attempts. What did Hendon Hooker have? 329. 329. He had way less attempts. Look at that shit. He had over like 180 less attempts with fucking pretty much the same production. Your guy had 150 fucking more attempts right here. Here's Hendon Hooker's, right? 329 attempts right here. And you're telling me that motherfucker is better than Hendon Hooker? You're fucking crazy, man. Some of you guys, dude, it's like the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard, dude. It's like a fucking hot take, dude. It's like motherfuckers, dude, be like sucking Mel Kiper's dick, dude, and fucking they can't see straight, man. You got cum like gurgling out of your fucking nose, bro. Like you can't even fucking fathom, dude, what fucking reality is. You're living in fucking la la land, dude. And I don't want to be a fucking asshole, cocksucker, whatever, dude. But come on, bro. He's not better than Hendon fucking Hooker. Hendon Hooker was in the running for a Heisman Trophy, dude. Some of the shit that some of these people fucking say is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. Like you gotta like be dropped on your fucking head like 10 fucking times to not see straight to fucking gain what facts and reality is. I live in the real world. I don't live in a fantasy fucking land like some of these dumb fucks in Raider Nation. Stroking Mel Kiper's fucking cock, dude. So enough of that fucking bullshit. I don't know, Mark, dude. It says weak linebacker fucking class. No, dude. I mean, like there were some linebackers though, still, dude. You give what a B. The fucking yeah, Lafayette. Shout out to you. He called the I think pretty sure you're a dude, but or if you're a chick, what's up? But yeah, you were the one that called the Aiden pick, but he's not better than Hendon Hooker, dude. At least tell fucking something else, dude. The dude's better than Hendon Hooker. Have a better fucking take than that, dude. Because come on, dude. Let's be fucking real here, dude. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Sebastian, what up, dude? He said, "What we doing at linebacker? We signing Van Noy? I'm worried, man. Me too, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hooker's way better than O'Connell, dude." Jerry said, Hooker's way better. I live in Tennessee. I'm a UT fan. Hooker was a baller. Yeah, and I'm trying not to lose my fucking shit today. I don't want to fucking go down that path. I blew my fucking lid yesterday. I don't want to fucking do that shit again. So, all right, let's kind of get into what the draft's doing right fucking now here. All right, so the two guys. This is why I don't. This is why I don't like the fucking. Let's go back to this one and try to restart this. See if it will update it. Better than Hendon Hooker, dude. Good God, dude. You're trying to make me laugh today, aren't you? I mean, like seriously, bro. Like that's like saying Derek Carr is better than Patrick Mahomes. You know? Yeah, Derek Carr is better than Patrick Mahomes. Unreal, dude. Now this site won't even update. I know. Well, that's stupid. All right, whatever. All right, let's kind of go through this here real quick. I gotta share it again. So here we are. This is what is this fifth round? So just kind of go over it one last time. Noah Sewell would have liked to get a linebacker, maybe him. Cornerback went off the board. Safety Daniel Scott. And yeah, I mean, a lot of times in these later, like once you get past fifth round, I think a lot of it's like really hit and miss. You know, sometimes you can find somebody like Max Crosby or whatever, but usually it's a little tougher to find, guys that are going to be starters. They're more developmental players in the later rounds. So like I heard some of these guys saying, talking about Tom Brady, fucking Lincoln Kennedy saying, well, there's Tom Brady in the sixth round and Brock Purdy. I mean, that's a long reach, dude. Very rarely you're gonna have some shit happen like that where you're gonna find like a stud especially quarterback in the later round. If anything, the quarterback I probably would have liked for like a later round pick. I'll show you guys who I was thinking maybe. I don't know a whole lot about him, but this dude, where's Baguette at? It was Baguette. Williams. He may have already came off the board. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't even fucking care, really, to be honest with you guys. All right, so I don't think my guys have came off the board yet. And that's Isaiah Land and Mika Gardner. Anybody you guys are watching out for that you're kind of wondering if the Raiders might get? You liked Adian? Jerry said Purdy is an easy system for a QB to succeed. Short to medium passes. Yeah, that's a good point, dude. Try one more time to pull this draft simulator up. I don't understand why it's doing this. Now all of a sudden, this draft simulator is pulling up next year's draft. Oh, that's kind of crazy. I don't know why. It doesn't give you a year or something. So that's pretty whack. Well, that's a little disappointing. That's why I wouldn't pull up Baggett. It pulled up Caleb Williams when I went to the other mock draft thing. And then the other mock draft sites, they want you to pay a fee or whatever to. All right, so Tanner McKee from Stanford. I know some Raider fans wanted him. He went to the Eagles. 6'6". I would have rather had Tanner McKee than fucking the quarterback we got, man. I don't know. JL Skinner went to the Broncos, safety out of Boise State. That was a dude I think Raider Dave was big on. .6'4", 209. See, that's what I'm talking about, dude. 6'4", 209. That's what we needed. Is not a midget safety, man. And the Broncos got him. When's our pick next? So we got pick 203. I think we had 204. I think we must have traded that to move up and get Christopher Smith. So we got one pick coming up here, like 20 picks or so. See what their best available is that they have according to their rankings. So they're saying best available, Corey Trice right here, still on the board. Wide receiver, a couple wide receivers right here. Defensive end, D tackle. This was kind of a dude, Xavier Hutchinson, for a wide receiver, a taller dude that I was kind of maybe looking at for a later round pick or when I was doing my mock drafts. Zach Kuntz is still on the board. So remember when I said there'd be a tight end available later in the draft? This is the guy. This is like the tight end that I wanted later in the draft. And I think one of the mock drafts had this guy to us, but this would have been a great value pick, guys. You know, like if we would have not gone tight end in the second round, I'm not saying this guy is as good as the guy we got, but I actually like this guy. I think, you know, he would have been a good value later in the draft, and he's still available. So that's that's one of the guys I was kind of looking at for maybe a potential later round pick, and he's still on the board. I know some people liked Corey Trice. This dude's 6'3", 206, so he's definitely got the size. I mean, I wouldn't mind double dipping on a cornerback here if there's no good linebackers left. You know, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Trey Palmer still on the board. That's a speedy wide receiver I was thinking about for a later round pick. 6 foot, 192. Palmer ran the fastest 40-yard dash at 4.33 seconds at the combine. Explosive vertical route runner who gets off press before turning on the burners. He can dance too much after the catch, but rarely gets caught. So see what I'm saying, dude? This guy potentially could be a stud, man. Keep clicking on the wrong thing. But so like Palmer, that could have been a later round pick, dude. We didn't have to overreach for that wide receiver we got, dude. There was another guy right here. I don't know his stats or whatever. Like if he's got the dropsies, but that other guy, where is he? Trey. I'll share this tab. So this is that wide receiver we got, Trey Tucker. I mean, this dude had 3 touchdowns, guys. 3 touchdowns right here. So pretty mind blowing. Maybe I can pull up Trey Palmer stats just to see how they compare. Definitely feel like we've overreached on that wide receiver we got. All right, so here's Trey Palmer, 6 foot, 180. Touchdowns, 0 touchdowns. Shit ton of yards, but the 0 touchdown. Oh no, my bad. Sorry, it's right here. I overlooked it. So 9 touchdowns versus 3. Okay, so let's go back to my guy, or the guy I'm looking at, or was thinking about. So this is Trey Palmer, LSU/Nebraska. 1,000 yards, man. Average 14.7, 9 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns the year before. So 71 receptions. So they definitely got utilized a lot. So we'll say 71 for 1043. Let's go look at this other dude. So 52 for 672. So I guess if you look at the like how much they were targeting, you know, this is the guy we got, Trey Tucker versus Trey Palmer. You know, pretty comparable with them not targeting him more, but averaged 12.9, and Trey Palmer averaged right here 14.7. So his average is better, total is better, a lot more production and touchdowns. But, you know, again, this was a guy that I was thinking maybe a later round draft pick. Instead, the Raiders overreached on that other guy, and there was still some talent on the board for like defense we could have gone. So we could have gone defense instead of getting that cornerback, like a linebacker or cornerback, and then maybe got Trey Palmer later. And the Raiders didn't do that. This offensive guard still on the board. I think this is the guy with the short arms or whatever. I think it was going to drop. I thought he would drop, but not this, far. So he's still on the board. Who else? Ronnie Bell, 6 foot, 191, wide receiver. This was kind of another guy for a later round pick. I was thinking possibly. Sure, Ryan Miller would know something about him. So here's Ronnie Bells pulled up here. All right, so there goes Trey Palmer. I had to like update it. So Trey Palmer went, and what round is this? 6th, right? Yeah. So 6th round. Trey Palmer went to Tampa Bay. So the Raiders, we could have got him later on. We didn't have to reach. I mean, we didn't have to trade some of our picks, dude. Remember, we had pick 144 and 141. We traded the 141 to get the tight end. So Lafayette says should have gotten Charlie Jones. What position was that, Charlie Jones? Tucker is going to be a special teamer, Jerry Tully said. You're going to draft a special teamer in the 3rd round, though, dude? That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, let's see if I can pull up some positions here, because I usually don't use this site. Best teams, projections. No, I don't know if they'll let me. Let's go this way. I want to go, we'll say defensive end. All right. Just curious what defensive ends are on the board here. I know we got one in the 1st round. Just kind of curious. Where Isaiah Land must have gone to somebody. I'd have to go back through and relook again. Unless he's listed as maybe interior linebacker. They might have him listed as something else in here. Let me see. Isaiah Moore. I doubt they'd have him as D tackle, but all right. Let's look at linebackers. These are inside linebackers. So Ivan Pace Jr., D. Winters, Jeremy Banks, Aubrey Miller, Fernie Orgy, DeAndre Square, Cam Jones, Isaiah Moore, Mika Baskerville, Kyle Soley, Bumper Pool. It's a cool name. Should get him just for his name. Orion Vance. Zach Kuntz is still on the board. So again, this was a guy I wanted later in the like in my mock drafts. I was trying to get Zach Kuntz later in the draft. We're in the 6th round. This guy hasn't been taken, dude. Pretty crazy. I think that would have been a great value pick. Let's go cornerback. Oh, here it is. I bet defensive end. Let's see. No. Linebacker, offensive center, cornerback. All right, so here's the cornerbacks left. Corey Trice, Eli Ricks. That was someone I thought maybe as a later round pick might be worth looking at. They got Mika Gardner 13th on here. I didn't think he was that low. It says their valuation of Gardner, 6'2", 212, cornerback out of LSU. Gardner has 3-star or is a 3-year starter who holds up in the zone coverage because of his fast eyes, ability to drive on the ball. He uses long arms, bat balls down, last second contest 50-50 balls working against bigger wide receivers. Gardner's big, long, strong, and run support. So he's still available. Shit, I wouldn't mind going double dipping on cornerback, dude, because that one we got, he's fast, but he ain't got the size. Maybe this dude could help cover Travis Kelce when we play him, even if he's a rotational piece. We got to get a taller cornerback, dude, that can cover these guys. We got a short cornerback and a short safety, man. I mean, that's just I don't like it, guys. I mean, I've said this even like long before the draft, even when last year ended. So it's kind of crazy to me. Let's look at safeties. Anthony Johnson, Brandon Hill, Jason Taylor II. Is this Jason Taylor's son? I meant to look that up at one point. DeMarco Helams, that was kind of a safety I was thinking for a possible later round pick out of Alabama. Says he's highly competitive player with player instincts, downhill run stopper, reliable tackler and coverage. He's more effective in zone looks than matching up in man, and doesn't have the range to play center field and single high looks. All right, let's say this is Jason Taylor. Taylor is a playmaker who tracks and plucks the ball out of the air like a receiver. He's at his best providing help over the top, breaking on passes thrown in front of him. As a run defender, Taylor flashes good stopping power, but angles are a little inconsistent, and he sometimes comes in too hot. Kind of sounds like a Jonathan Abram. Pull up the draft here real quick. See, so that's where Trey Palmer went. Chiefs got, looks like they traded. They got this D tackle, Kendron Coburn, 6'2", 332. Looks like a big boy. Look at that dude. That dude is huge. Says Coburn is massive nose tackle with strength and low center of gravity to occupy double teams and clog up the middle. He locates the ball, gets off blocks in time to make plays in between tackles. Coburn's not going to make a lot of plays outside of the tackle box, and he has limited upside as a pass rusher. So he's a run stuffer. Said wide receiver out of Purdue. Cindy grabbed him. You mean Cincy? These pop-up ads drive me crazy. Corey Trice still on the board, 6'3", 206. So Trice is tall and long with impressive foot quickness and top end speed for his frame. He uses his long arms and physicality reroute receivers in zone. He stays over the top of the route combination, closes quickly, driving on the ball and run support. Trice is willing and a good tackler when he's in position. All right, I want to figure out where Isaiah Land went, if he already went off the board. Unless they only have him ranked on here, which is possible. So looking for Isaiah Land. Supposed to be an edge rusher. I don't think he's came off the board yet. Pretty sure. I don't think he went in the third either, because I had him as like a 5th or 6th round pick. He's my guy, Hendon Hooker. People talking trash about Hendon Hooker, dude. You just wait, dude. When Hendon Hooker takes the Lions to a Super Bowl before the Raiders go to a Super Bowl, like, I always want the Raiders to win, but I'm going to laugh, dude. I'm going to laugh in all your guys' faces, dude. How fucking stupid that we were that we didn't go get Hendon Hooker. Just like Jalen Hurts just took a team to the Super Bowl. Seems like these picks are going a little slower. Cuban Raider, what up? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing good. What do you think of this draft so far, Cuban? You liking it? I'm not impressed. I think it's like about a B draft. What position you guys thinking, man? Mhm. Crazy. Cuban, I don't like that pick, dude. I was showing guys earlier. If you want, I can re-show it. But he's got a lot of interceptions. It's like a Derek Carr rerun, dude. Someone in here is trying to say this dude's better than Hendon Hooker, dude. These people are crazy, man. Make sure you guys can see that. All right. So this is the guy we drafted. Adian O'Connell, 6'3", 200 pounds. So he's got good size, right? But if you look at the production, 500 attempts, percentage completion is really not good, to say the least. Okay, 64.1 is not good. You want to be like 68 plus, preferably like somewhere in that range. But 3,400 yards, not bad for total yards. But the things that stand out is only 22 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Okay. And then the year before, 28 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. So this guy is an interception throwing fucking machine, man. So this dude, other than a backup, and I don't think we should have drafted a backup that high for this kind of like production. I don't like that stat at all. And if you go in and like we were kind of breaking down earlier, look at Hendon Hooker here real quick. So my guy Hendon Hooker, 6'4", 218. I think he's 6'3" in real life, but whatever. But 218. So he's got size, dude. This dude, you know what I mean? And Hendon Hooker, 329 attempts, so way less attempts for a lot more production because he got hurt. So this would have been probably 34 to 3,500 yards had he not got hurt. and then 69.6 completion percentage, 68 the year before. And then look, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 31 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So his like touchdown interception ratio is like by far way better than this dude that we got in 80 and O'Connell, you know. There was some studs still on the board when we got that quarterback. Let's not forget that. And we had to trade up. I mean, we traded I forget what the exact draft picks were, but we traded a little bit with the Patriots to move up to get that quarterback. So I don't like that pick. I think that was a reach. Um, Other than that, the other pick I really don't like was the wide receiver we got Trey Tucker. I think we could have gotten a speedster like who like this dude right here, Trey Palmer. That was one of the guys I was looking at for maybe later round from Nebraska. I think we could have got him later in the draft. One of the other players I was looking at, if we didn't go tight end early, was right here. Zach Kuntz is still on the board, 6'7, 255. I think that would have been a great value pick somewhere. I didn't even think he'd last this long, like 5th round. We're in the 6th round. We could have gotten a tight end. I know that one guy we got supposed to be a stud, but I'm not, I don't know. I'm not saying this guy is a stud. Actually, while we're talking about it, let's look up his stats because I'm kind of curious. So this is Zach Kuntz right here. So his numbers are pretty good. The last year, I don't know if this dude was hurt or something. He must have got injured or something because only 12 attempts for 144 and only 2 touchdowns. So not good. Year before, not good. But it looks like they weren't even throwing to him a whole lot, especially this year. But if you kind of compare him with the guy that we got, Michael Mayer. I mean, Michael Mayer looks like a baller, 800 yards, 840, 9 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns, you know. But look at his receptions. So they target him a whole lot, 71 and 67. Let's go back to Kuntz, see how many times they targeted Kuntz. So here's Kuntz, 12 and then 63 or 73, I mean, sorry. So they didn't even target him. He must have been hurt or something. Because his stats should be, I don't know a whole lot about him, but like he was just someone I thought, you know, had the size and could be a later round draft pick kind of thing. So um maybe there's something going on of why he's fallen this much. But this was just someone I was like kind of my mock drafts, I was maybe contemplating kind of thing. So but he's still on the board. We got this cornerback still up here, Corey Trice. Wide receiver, Xavier Hutchinson. 6'2", 203. Hutchinson plucks the ball out of air, flash ability to make first defender miss and runs hard. He finds pockets in zone, looks and has toughness to make plays over the middle, working out of the slot. And Hutchinson tracks the deep ball well, displaying the body control to adjust to back shoulder throws. So this is kind of a sneaky pick I was thinking for later in the draft. I know we got that speedster. All right. A few picks away from the Raiders' last pick. What do you guys think the Raiders should do? Hopefully no happy feet. Yeah, dude. I hear you, bro. I don't understand how they passed on Hooker. I don't either, man. Raiders 7528 was in here yesterday, and he said that a lot of insiders were saying they were concerned about his age and then his injury. So I don't know, dude. Yeah, I like Michael too, man. But like I was saying earlier, when we, like, yeah, maybe we should have got that tight end. I'm sure Raider Nation would have been pissed had they done what I feel we should have done. People would have said, whatever they were going to say or whatever. But, think about it, dude. We went, we could have got a franchise quarterback right here. Pick 7, you got Byron Young. I know we kind of need a D tackle. I think Byron Young was a little bit of reach that high in the second round. But, I don't see why the Raiders couldn't have traded. Look, Hendon Hooker went 2 picks before us, dude. Why couldn't we have traded with the Bears, the Eagles, maybe, But we trade up to get a tight end. We trade up to get a garbage quarterback. We trade up to get a safety that has a lot of questionable things about him, Christopher Smith. You can't trade up to get, a stud future franchise quarterback. It's mind blowing, bro. Mind blowing. Drew Sanders, he went to the Broncos. We're going to get killed by that dude, I bet. Drew Sanders, I think, has potential to be a really good linebacker. So I don't know. It's just puzzling to me, that the Raiders, I feel we missed in some areas. I feel like we reached in some areas. Riley Moss, this was a cornerback that, Raider Dave and Ryan Miller was saying might be a good cornerback. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just kind of, some of this is kind of crazy to me. Wonder if we can go, wonder if we'll show our draft picks. Teams. All right, so we got 2 picks left. We're picking here in a couple picks. We've gotten Tyree Wilson, edge rusher, Michael Mayer, tight end, Byron Young, D tackle, Trey Tucker. This was a big reach. I'm not happy with this pick. Trey Tucker. Bennett, cornerback. Aidan O'Connell, backup QB. Christopher Smith, safety. So I don't know. Some people were saying they don't like this pick at all with Christopher Smith. I hate this. I hate this pick for a quarterback right here. I mean, the 4th round, and we traded up. Dude, there was guys on the board we could have went and got. Like, we're doing all these trades, man. We can't, like, we go back into the rounds, dude. Okay, so we got this quarterback right here. What was that? I think the 3rd round. No, it was 4th round. So got him in the 4th round. So let's go to the 5th round. Just kind of glance through, see if there's any names. So Dorian Thompson, DTR, was available. Cameron Mitchell, cornerback. Noah Sewell. So this is like one of the guys that I felt we should have been targeting later in the draft. 6'2", linebacker, 246 out of Oregon. Says Sewell is strong, has low center of gravity, anchors well. He has powerful striker between the tackles, and he stacks and shreds tight ends. He reads the quarterback and flashes above average ball skills and underneath coverage. So I don't know. Let's watch this little video. Let's see what they say or what this shows. Because Noah Sewell, linebacker, I was maybe thinking about. I want to go full screen. This is Noah Sewell. Looks like a talented athlete. Stack DTR. So that was somebody I was thinking might be a good fit for the Raiders later in the draft for a linebacker if we didn't get one before that. You know, want to check out since if they show videos like that. Let me see. Or actually, we're on the clock. Let's see who the Raiders get. Turn up the TV here.
Kiernan has off the board and has been rescued. Baby, where can people go ahead and adopt one of these? Is there a place where they can go?
Absolutely. You go to Casey Pet Project, our website, and you can find all of our adoptable dogs and cats online.
I want to know what DJ did to make Patrick do this. Like,
why are they showing puppies on the TV? I haven't been paying attention to the TV much. Outside linebacker, Amari Burney. Well, I'm glad we're talking about puppies instead of fucking football, dude. What the fuck is going on here?
But I have this puppy. Good for you, Kiernan. You're going to enjoy your new home. Oh, I can't believe it. Already off the board, huh? Look at this dog. The draft pick off the board. Somebody's going to have to trade up for Kiernan. KC Pet Project. Go check it out. And thank you. Bless you for... You guys are right. You guys. Adopt, don't shop. And help control the pet population. Please have your pets spayed or neutered. Okay. Fantastic. Great segment. Okay. Then we get the slow motion reacts. Yeah, Kiernan and I. And then Patrick and DJ forever. BFFs. Very good. Some dry cleaner in Kansas
All right.
City.
So I guess let me turn the TV down. I guess they're not going to talk about our pick. They're talking about fucking puppies. They always do that when the Raiders pick. They've done it for years, whatever. So I don't know. This inside linebacker, according to ESPN's draft rank, I think they had him at 17. So he may not even been on available guys to look at. So they had like Ivan Pace is on the junior was on the board, and we go and get somebody that I don't know anything about. To be honest with you guys, pull him up here. Amari Burney, 6'2", 230. So he's pretty light for a linebacker, 230. He should be like 245, 250. Burney is a linebacker / safety who runs well, takes sound angles, chases with good effort, and wraps up to be effective between the tackles. He has to win with instincts and quickness. He shows good range, reads the quarterback, and flashes the ability to play the ball underneath zone. So like sounds like one of those hybrid linebackers. I don't know, dude. I've kind of gave up hope, dude. NFL is a joke. Yeah, I know, dude. Feels that way right now. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. Well, at least we got a linebacker that wasn't even like ranked to get drafted, probably. Sounds like. Let's see what their analysis is for us. Hopefully they'll give us some grades. Oh, this is Paul Gutierrez. I like Paul. I think he's a fair reporter for the Raiders. All right, you guys want to hear? Want me to read? I don't like reading long stuff, but I can read this for you guys if you want. I don't know when this was. 1:30 today. This is Paul Gutierrez about the Raiders draft. I'm kind of curious what he has to say. I do like him. I think Paul Gutierrez is a really good reporter. There's a lot of people in the media I don't like, but he's one of the guys I think does a really good job. So, all right, it says make sure you guys can see this. All right. I grade our draft. I don't know, bro. Probably like fucking a C or B. Sometimes I make emotional decisions. I need to sleep on it, but right now I'm not very good, to be honest with you. Just kind of mind boggled. All right, Henderson, Nevada. The 2023 draft, 8 p.m. Blah blah. Began Thursday. Las Vegas Raiders are scheduled to make 11 picks out of 259, beginning with number 7 selection in the first round Thursday night. ESPN will provide a pick by pick analysis for each of the Raider selections as they are made. All right, round 1, Tyree Wilson, edge. My take. The Raiders are hoping to make a pass rush featuring 2-time Pro Bowler Max Crosby, potential Hall of Famer Chandler Jones, even stronger in addition.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Check. Psych. Really?
Ridiculous. Hold on.
But now you're ready to settle a score. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate.
Sorry about that. Ridiculous. All right. Tyree Wilson, number 7 pick. Raiders hoping to make pass rush featuring 2-time Pro Bowler Max Crosby and potential Hall of Famer Chandler Jones even stronger with the addition of Wilson, who had 7 sacks in each of the past 2 seasons. And while cornerback may be pressing need, a more fearsome pass rusher will help secondary immensely. Wilson was the best player available for general manager Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels. So expectations are high for Wilson to contribute immediately as the Raiders need affecting opposing quarterbacks. I agree. Okay. Will he start as a rookie? Not if Jones has anything to say about it. This is ironic given that Wilson has drawn so many comparisons to the potential Hall of Famer. Still, Jones is coming off a 4.5 sack season, the fewest in a full season of his 11-year career, and just turned 33 in February. Maybe Wilson's arrival sparks revitalization for Jones, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing as a bookend for Crosby. Is this your pick? Is this your pick for depth, or does it fill a hole? The simple answer is yes. It actually does both. The Raiders had just had 27 sacks as a team last season, 3rd worst in the NFL. But the pass rushing duo Crosby and Jones was actually a strength on a bad defense. Plus, the better the pass rush, the more helps the secondary still trying to get its footing and coverage. So, and I'm a big proponent of, as I said before, of like having a backup before you get rid of a player. So, I didn't hate the pick. I was pretty happy actually, even though I wanted Hendon Hooker. That I thought that was the best player available and a stud. And there's certain positions I would not target in top 10, but defensive end is one of them. I think if it's a stud player, you go get him. So, I was happy with that pick. Round 2, 35 overall, Mike Mayer. So we traded, I don't remember all the trades, but I remember this one. We traded pick 141 and then swapped picks with the Colts. So we went from pick 38 to pick 34. So we traded 4 spots and pick 141 to move up to get this tight end. So 141, I think that was like a 5th round draft pick. So sorry, it says my take. The Raiders needed a tight end after trading former Pro Bowler Darren Waller to New York Giants for a 3rd round pick and letting Foster Moreau walk in free agency. Yes, even with Las Vegas signing offensive OJ Howard and Austin Hooper, the 6'4", 265-pound Mayer checks the box as much needed blocking tight end, but can also fill the role of a pass catcher. Raiders Josh McDaniels offense had traditionally relied on a big body tight end with soft hands who can be a red zone threat, and Rob Gronkowski is a pie in the sky comparison. You see the reasoning, especially since Las Vegas traded up these 3 slots to draft Mayer. Will Mayer play a lot early as a 2nd round pick and rating among the top players at that position? And with the Raiders' top 2 tight ends gone from last season, the expectation should be Mayer wins the job in camp and goes on to numerous Pro Bowls, right? After all, the last Notre Dame tight end the Raiders drafted, Dave Casper, went to the Hall of Fame career. We kid, kind of, because comparing Mayer to the Ghost is beyond unfair. At least with this pair of veterans on the roster and Howard and Hooper, Mayer can be eased into the role. So, I mean, I kind of like this pick. I did want Hendon Hooker. He probably was the best talent available when we got this tight end. I hope he works out. I know a lot of people had him as like 1st or 2nd best tight end in the draft. As far as scheme fit, like I said before, I feel like, even going back to Gruden, that everybody knew it was a run when we had Foster Moreau on the field because they would run the ball because Foster Moreau is a blocking tight end. And then when Darren Waller would be on the field, Darren Waller wasn't that good of a blocker, so it was usually a pass. So it was a pretty predictable offense. Like, you could just be like, run if Foster Moreau is on the field. So I like the versatility. I hope he works out. I have questions that may have been too high of a draft pick, but hopefully it works out. All right. And then here's Byron Young, defensive tackle, Alabama. So this one, I thought the Raiders, just give you my take going into it, thought the Raiders reached a little bit on getting this D tackle, Byron Young. Thought he was maybe like a late 2nd round pick, maybe a 3rd round pick. At least that's what I was thinking going into the draft. So thought this was a little bit of a reach, but it is an area that we need. But you also got to remember we drafted 2 D tackles last year. Went over that at the beginning when I started the stream. So, all right, Paul's take. The Raiders addressed position of need with someone at the top of the draft board and taking Young, who may be a tad undersized for a defensive tackle, 6'3", 294. And that was kind of my thinking as well. A bit small for a D tackle, but maybe that's the style of defense they want. I don't know. But having addressed the edge rusher in the 1st round, Tyree Wilson, Young can settle into a role run stuffer who occasionally push the pocket and clean up after pass rushers create havoc. At least that's the hope in Las Vegas. After that's exactly what he did for Alabama and Will Anderson Jr. On the outside. Key stat. Young was a steady riser on the stat sheet in his 4 years at Alabama. His 47 tackles and 3.5 sacks at the senior, or as a senior, both career highs. His 9 QB hits last season were also the most by an SEC interior defensive lineman. So, yeah, he has shown the ability to be an effective passer with 11-inch hands, 34 and 3/8-inch arms, even as a primary responsibility to be a run stuffer. So this is where we picked at 70, where we could have had the Raiders traded 3 spots. We could have got Hendon Hooker instead of this defensive tackle right here. So that's 3 defensive tackles in 2 years. Hope you guys realize that 3 defensive tackles the Raiders drafted in 2 years, and we got rid of Andrew Billings, who the Raiders also drafted, I believe. So from Gruden, but whatever. All right, round 3, number 100 overall, Trey Tucker, wide receiver. My take. The Raiders added a speedy slot wide receiver, Tucker, who ran a 4.440 time at the combine, along with a 10.4 broad jump with a pick acquired in the Darren Waller trade. The The Raiders already have an accomplished slot receiver and former Pro Bowler Hunter Renfrow, who is a constant target of trade rumors, and Tucker, who caught 52 passes for 672 yards and 3 touchdowns last season, also returned 2 kicks for scores. The Raiders already boast all-pro wide receiver Devontae Adams, signed Jacoby Myers free agency, but as Coach McDaniels has said, the Raiders are not afraid to make strength stronger. Is this pick for depth or does it fill a hole? Depth with a capital D, unless, of course, the Raiders trade Renfrow. As noted, the Raiders have already have an all-pro in Adams, invested heavily in Myers, and added Philip Dorsett, Cam Sims, and DeAndre Carter in free agency, while bringing back Keelan Cole Sr. Using third-round pick on Tucker, though, means they are more invested in him. So who would be the odd man out? Kick return seems to be a priority, with Danny Amendola joining the staff as a return coach. Yeah, Danny Amendola is like a wide receiver / return coach for the Raiders now. So this was a big miss, in my opinion. There was guys like Trey Palmer that went in the 6th round. Trey Palmer was on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and Trey Palmer was a speedy wide receiver who ran a 4.3 40 and went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 6th round. So I think that was a miss. That's a bad pick. I mean, this dude better end up being a Tyreek Hill, dude. There's a guy in next year's draft that I like better than Tyreek Hill. His name's Aeneas Smith out of Texas A&M or Texas Aggies that I really like. I thought he might come out of the draft, but he had a fractured leg, and so he decided to stay one more year to be a 5th-year senior, I believe. So. All right, pick 104, Jackeron Bennett, cornerback out of Maryland. My take: the Raiders finally addressed the cornerback position and taking a ball hawkish Bennett, who led the defensive backs in the country with 27 pass deflections over past 2 seasons. He also had 5 interceptions. The Raiders traded up 5 spots to select the 5'11", 188-pound Bennett, who contemplated quitting football in high school. Oh, this is great. The Raiders, though, figure with his speed, he ran a 4.3, 4.4 40 at the combine, versatility, and can also play in the slot as projected out as a free safety. He fills multiple needs. Las Vegas likes his stick to, I don't even know what that word, to be in school, went to junior college route or coverage to address the need in secondary. I mean, he's fast, right? But I don't like his size. I think we need taller cornerbacks and safeties, but apparently they're going the midget route. So I don't know. He might be all right. I don't know. I would say that's a reach or whatever. We needed a cornerback. Hopefully he ends up being good. We'll see. This one, Aidan O'Connell, quarterback out of Purdue, interception fucking machine, going the Derek Carr throwback route. So this is a reach. This one I didn't like at all. Another box checked as the Raiders, especially when we could have got linebacker Noah Sewell, but another box checked as the Raiders needed to draft a quarterback to develop for future after moving on from 9-year starter Derek Carr and signing Jimmy G. Las Vegas traded 9 spots to select O'Connell, and 8th QB selected. The Raiders also signed veteran Brian Hoyer and returned Chase Garbers. And coach Josh McDaniels said this offseason was his goal to have young QBs in his system for years to learn the scheme rather than plug and play vets. The 6'3", 213-pound O'Connell will have luxury of learning the NFL game without pressure having to play immediately. I mean, this guy's an interception machine. I don't know why anybody would think this guy should be a starter in the NFL, but apparently we got jackasses running the organization. So, all right. Number 5, pick number 170 overall, Green Bay via Jets, Christopher Smith. So we moved up. The Raiders package later picks to move up to number 170 overall, selected undersized safety who they hope can help and take away department. 5'11", 192-pound midget safety Smith did have 6 interceptions over the past 2 seasons for a dominant defense at Georgia. So he is the pedigree. The question then is how will it translate in the NFL? The Raiders anticipate Smith to bringing more than depth to a secondary need of playmakers, and competition for backup snaps should be high. with Raiders having signed Marcus Epps in free agency and former second-round Trayvon Moehrig returning in his third season. And that's it, I guess. Yeah. All right, see what you guys are saying. Ryan Gonzalez said D+ until I see them on the field. Yeah, dude. Ryan Miller, what up, dude? He said, definitely give this draft a C. As of right now, we desperately needed a defensive starter at all three levels. Ended up with one Wilson. Preach it, brother. You want to come in here and give your take? I wonder if Al's Ghost is around. If you guys want to come in and give your opinion, I won't bust your balls or anything. I want everybody to be able to have an opinion. But let your frustration out, speak your mind, whatever you're feeling or thinking. Go ahead and join. You click on the link. You don't have to show you can turn your camera off like Ryan Miller does when he comes in here. You guys come in here, kind of give your take or whatever. So, all right, let's make sure. Let's see who's gone after the Raiders here real quick. None of these names are standing out a whole lot. And our next pick was like 214 or something. Let's click on the next round. Let's see. 231. So we got one more pick, 231. Just pull up our draft picks here so you guys can look at them. You know, sometimes it's easier if you see it as like a whole or whatever. So, what do you guys think of this draft, man? Anybody else really frustrated and mind boggled? Maybe we're all idiots and they're fucking experts, dude. I don't know. I don't feel that way. I mean, I can't be the only Raider fan that's frustrated. I can't be the only fan that's fucking frustrated. I mean, if I try to like if I try to take my emotions out of it, because like my emotions get the best of me, I'll try to give like my quick breakdown. Okay, Michael Mayer, probably stud tight end potentially. Hope he works out. Byron Young, I felt like we reached on him. I felt like we drafted a D tackle, especially him, a little bit too early right here. Okay, thought he was more of a third round pick. Trey Tucker, huge reach. Trey Tucker should have been drafted somewhere in this range. Okay, if we were going wide receiver. So we could have got a linebacker right here. I hope you guys realize that. We could have got a really good linebacker right here instead of Trey Tucker. Possibly even a bit better. Well, these picks were kind of close to each other because this was pick 100. And then this was pick like 109 or something, or we traded up but to get that cornerback. But so O'Connell again, we could have got a linebacker. I might like, dude, I was at a point where if we're gonna, I mean, instead of getting this dude, we should have like instead of getting a quarterback like that, this is where you should have got your speedy wide receiver was right here, guys. Right here. In the fourth round, 33rd pick. So that's kind of mind-boggling to me. I would have, I would even like double dipping on cornerback. Get two cornerbacks, man. Get if you're gonna get a speedy guy like this, cornerback right here, Bennett, just double dip. Go get another fucking cornerback, man. So a little frustrated. Christopher Smith. I mean, I don't know. His main thing was like, oh, he's a ball hawk. He's led the NFL in interceptions for safeties. He had 3. Like, that's not that many. I mean, I'm not saying it's terrible, but it's not like super great. Like I was when I read that like he was the interception leader in the NFL, I was like, oh, he's gonna have like 5, 7, maybe 10, fucking something crazy. Not NFL, sorry, college. But it was 3, so I don't know. And then this guy, this linebacker, I don't even know who the fuck this guy is, guys, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I don't know. Look, Cowboys just got a running back in the 6th round. So yeah, here in the 3rd round, instead of getting this wide receiver, I would have liked us to go linebacker right here. If I was to replay this, this is the main one I would have switched up. I would have gone linebacker right here. Most of us would have in Raider, like most of us Raider Nation, like fuck, dude. If we could get together and like just like do like a number, like a, I don't know, you draw straws or a voting system, like everybody in Raider Nation would have gone fucking linebacker right here, right? Like, you know, say we stick with cornerback right here, you know, right? And then double dip in something. Go cornerback, maybe safety right here. Depending on what safeties were on the board, I'd have to go back and relook at it. But you know, go like that. At least swap it, dude. Like this wide receiver right here, pick him down here instead of that quarterback, man. People are like, who's Bennett? Like none of us even knew. And then everybody's like, oh, he runs a 4.340. He must be great. You know how many fast wide receivers don't have hands? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. He was ranked 16th in his position, 113th overall, grade 67. Oh, that's the wrong one. I meant to do Trey Tucker. Sorry, guys. 5'9", 180, like position rank 29. Like, dude, he's almost an undrafted free agent, dude. Like, he's almost ranked at a UDFA. And I'm not saying the rankings are always accurate by any means, but I mean, fuck, dude. Like, you pull up this guy's stats. I shared this earlier in case you're like just joining. I'll show you again. I mean, it wasn't that great. He only had 3 touchdowns, dude. You know, 672. That's not great for a wide receiver for total receiving yards. I mean, it's mediocre. His stats are mediocre, guys. So if he's fast, right, he's mediocre at best. That's how it looks like to me. This should be like 1,000 yards or something, dude. Like, you know, it should be a lot more. Maybe if he's just a slot wide receiver, which would, you know, or that's a senior, but maybe if he's just a slot wide receiver, maybe. But I mean, it's not like he went to like, you know, I don't know. Maybe he didn't have a good quarterback. Fuck, I don't know. I don't watch colleges, especially like Cincinnati. So, you know, I try to give like fair analysis, but at the same time, it's like, you know, sometimes, dude, it's you like you look at it, you're like, what? I mean, seriously, this was 3rd round picks, 37. So this is where we got him. All right. This tight end, Alabama got Mika Blackman, cornerback. I don't know how many people liked Mika Blackman, but there's a cornerback we could have got after Trey Tucker. Let's kind of see who else was on the board in the next round because that was like the bottom of the 3rd round. So that was like almost like a 4th round pick. I guess you could look at it that way. Okay. And we got cornerback Bennett. Okay. Keely Ringo. I don't know. I guess he had some character issues or whatever. Like, so right now I'm going to scroll down. I just want to see like Clark Phillips. I just want to look at cornerbacks that went after we got that wide receiver. Okay. This is where we traded up. And when the 4th round began, we got a cornerback. There's a linebacker, Ventrell Miller. Went to Jaguars, 6 foot, 232. Just trying to see what other linebackers went off the board. Then we get our quarterback. So this is the other pick I don't like. Jay Ward, safety. This was one of the guys I was looking at for a later round pick. I kind of liked. He's got, you know, a little bit of height on him. Says Ward is a versatile defensive back who moved back to the nickel/star position and thrived playing close to the line of scrimmage 2022. He reads quarterbacks. He's reaction time excellent, and he's quick to break on the ball. He's quick on his feet, good body control. Ward is aggressive run defender who never breaks down despite his frame or his lean frame. He was more reliable and open field tackler in 2022. So here's the one I think that is kind of disappointing that the Bears got. Noah Sewell. I don't know why we couldn't have gotten this guy, dude. So Noah Sewell, I thought he might be a good late round pick. Sewell is strong, has low center of gravity, anchors well. He's powerful striker between the tackles, and he stacks, shreds tight ends. He reads the quarterback, flashes above average ball skills underneath coverage. So if we flash back, right, let's go back to the draft. This guy was picked, okay, in the 5th round, okay, pick 148 right here, okay, Noah Sewell. Here's another linebacker. I don't know too much about him. Owen Popo, something like that. All right, so go back to our picks here. So we went pick 4. So we could have got a linebacker, okay, if we want to Noah Sewell, right? Just kind of bear with me here, okay? Anywhere like before or like this pick, okay, when we got a quarterback, we could have got that linebacker here. We could have got him like here. So that cornerback, maybe that cornerback's better. We traded up to get him, or here, okay? And why that's important is because like this spot. So say if we just like swapped maybe like this quarterback, okay? Let's swap this quarterback. Let's say we didn't get a quarterback, and let's say we didn't get this wide receiver right here. We get that linebacker, Noah Sewell, maybe somewhere in here or something like that. I mean, shit, if we do what I'm talking about, we ain't got to trade up. We just get this cornerback right here, right? So pretend, in the 3rd round, we don't do any trades or anything, right? Or the 4th round, we traded up to get this cornerback, right? We don't do any trades. We select him here. And then this pick right here, okay, we can go get either a linebacker or, something like that. So if we just swap like that pick kind of thing, we get cornerback here, get linebacker, okay, and then here get wide receiver. So that'd be the fourth round pick 33. And why I'm saying that is because if we go back to the draft and the rounds, there was a dude in the draft that went in the 6th round here, Trey Palmer, I think he's got better numbers than the guy that we got. And I bet you that wide receiver we got, he's probably even available right here. So he's ranked at 21. What was the other guy ranked? So 21, 152. He was ranked what? 29? The wide receiver we got? All right, here's Trey Tucker, ranked 29, 222 overall. And if we go into the 6th round here, this guy, Trey Palmer, wide receiver, ran like a 4.33 at the combine, 6 foot, 192, and he had way better numbers. So if we go in here, I showed this earlier, but we go in here, we're like, oh, he's got 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, and the guy that we freaking get. So this is the guy that we got. Trey Palmer has 3 touchdowns, 672. So you tell me who looks better, Trey Palmer or this other guy. Trey Palmer's faster. He's got more touchdowns. So some of this is mind-boggling, dude. Sometimes I forget to click back to share screen with you guys. So if I didn't show some of that, I apologize. I'll just re-show it here real quick. So what I was saying though, like Trey Tucker right here, we could have gotten this cornerback Bennett right here, guys. We wouldn't have had to trade anything, okay? And then in the 4th round, instead of getting a wide receiver, okay, we get a linebacker like Noah Sewell, okay? We don't even need this fucking quarterback right here, right? And then with this pick in the 4th round, so instead of going like some garbage QB that's an interception king, we go and we get a fucking a wide receiver right here. If they want wide receiver, like I bet you this Trey Tucker would still be on the board right here, or Trey Palmer. You could have a plan A, plan B. You're like, oh, we're going to get Trey Tucker. If he gets taken, we're going to get Trey Palmer. So, and then they could still do all the other shit that they just did. You know, we could have had a linebacker here. And like, nobody even knows who this guy is. Amari Bum. What's his name? Bummy? Fucking ridiculous. So, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, dude. You know? From the trenches, what up? He said, my opinion, only good picks are Wilson and Myers. Why the fuck did we wait until round 6 to get a linebacker? That's what I'm saying, bro. So I'm trying to point out, dude. And it's not that I want to hate on my franchise, but dude, like these guys, I don't know, bro. Trey Tucker is probably going to be a death blow to Hunter Renfrow. So right now the linebackers on this team are Robert Spillane and Devin Diablo, Luke Masterson, Darren Butler, and we just drafted Amari Bonnie, whoever that is. Yeah. I mean, like you guys realize this linebacker we just drafted, I mean, look how he's ranked. And again, I'm not saying that these ranks are always accurate, but he's ranked 17th, dude. Like 243rd overall. Draft grade 42. This guy is like ranked as a UDFA. That's like an undrafted free agent guy, dude. That's like a 7th round pick. Same with Trey Tucker. Look, dude, like 222, that's a 7th round pick, 6th, 7th round pick. So I'm not like trying to hate on these guys, like just because I want to. Look, we drafted in the 3rd round. Let's see where Byron Young, he's positioned 9th. I'd have to count how many D tackles went above him, but that was a reach. That, I mean, like he's a player that like I would have, if I were to redo this, here's what we probably should have done. Okay. If we don't do what I want, okay, because I wanted Hendon Hooker. I've made that very fucking, clear, okay? But we look at the whole draft. Here's, like, if I were to redo this whole thing, here's what I would have done. I would have gone linebacker right here instead of Byron Young. There was still some good linebackers on the board right here. So either I go linebacker here, or if they keep Byron Young, you got to get a linebacker right here, okay? So they went D tackle. Maybe that was a good move. They should have gone linebacker right here instead of Trey Tucker, wide receiver. And then, and they could have even like flipped it, man. We could have gone, like I was saying before, just eliminate this wide receiver pick right here. Okay. So we just look at position, wide receiver right here. Okay. So instead of wide receiver being here, we get this cornerback right here. Okay. Right here. We don't have to trade nothing to do this, dude. Like we traded up. I wonder if they'll show what we traded. Oh, I can't remember what we traded. I know it wasn't a whole lot, but it was pick. I think it was pick 174. I'm almost positive this was pick 174. So for us to move up 3 spots, we had traded pick 174 to move up right here. So that would have been, I think it was 5th round. Let's see, 103, 170. I think that would have been a 5th round pick. Let me see. Did we pick our 7th guy? Or I'll look here in a second. Probably picked our last guy, and I completely missed it. So we were picking right here. I'm pretty sure. I think we had pick 174. I don't know how many times this pick got traded because now it has the Rams here, but whatever. All I know is I remember we had pick 174. So for us to get that cornerback, we traded this 5th round pick, right? To move up and do that. So I guess my point is we would have had additional pick here, guys. We could have got a wide receiver right here. This 174 pick, we could have gotten that wide receiver Trey right fucking here if they really wanted that dude. I'm just kind of curious what other people came off the board after that. A couple cornerbacks right here. Outside linebacker, offensive tackle. Tanner McKee. So Trey Palmer. We could have got Trey Palmer before with that 174 pick, guys. They reached bad on that. Oh, we're 231. All right, so we haven't picked yet. So again, just kind of go over it one last time. What I'm saying is you don't go wide receiver right here, right? We take this cornerback right here, okay? And we get our cornerback right here. If this is the cornerback they want, they get him right here. We don't lose any draft capital, okay? And then with this pick, okay, which would have been at like 3 or 4 picks later, okay? Then maybe you like think about getting that wide receiver, but I wouldn't. This is where I would have gotten Noah Sewell or whatever, the linebacker. This is where we've got our linebacker right here. We didn't have to trade up. We didn't have to trade anything. He would have been available. Okay. And then in this pick, instead of getting this fucking trash backup quarterback, this is where we get our wide receiver right here. And even if we didn't, okay, even if we didn't, remember we had pick 174. We traded pick 174 right here. We probably still could have got this guy, guys, right? We could have got this quarterback and just waited. And then with pick 174, so it would have been right here. We had another pick 174. We would have been able to go and get a wide receiver, like meaning either Trey Tucker or Trey Palmer. So it's crazy, dude. Like these guys, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to say the least, you know? So use the restroom real quick. Our pick's coming up in 10 picks. So once we get through this last pick, then I'll wrap it up here. But thanks for everybody tuning in. All right, we got 10 picks till we pick. What? Traded Stephon Gilmore to the Cowboys in exchange for a 2023 pick. I'm just glad this draft's almost over. All right, one of the things I want to look at, we'll look at some of the contracts here, because I think, Ryan, you said something pretty interesting to me. I'll pull that up here real quick. Ryan said, so right now, or no, not that one. Trey Tucker probably going to be the death blow to Hunter Renfrow, right? You guys realize what this would, if the Raiders get rid of Renfrow, you guys realize what this would mean? Otis, what up? Another bottle. I got another bottle run today. I can't drink today, dude. I drank too much last night and the night before. So, but shout out to you, man. I feel like I should be drinking. Well, you said, I guess the silver lining would be if McClown fails, hopefully he gets fired. I don't know, man. These guys, I'm really upset. I'm not even saying necessarily fire him. I don't fucking know, actually. I don't like these guys though, bro. Straight up. So Zach Kuntz finally goes in the 7th round. We could have got that tight end in the 7th round, dude. Or not 7th, 6th round, I guess. I mean, that's how I would have done it. Yeah, drink one for me, man. I mean, looking back, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. Am I like what I'm thinking? But like, I probably would have, because I wanted Zach Kuntz like somewhere down here, guys. I probably would have gone linebacker here. Maybe keep D tackle, stick with that. Okay. Maybe another linebacker, cornerback right here. So that wide receiver. Okay. And then that way we don't have to trade nothing right here that we traded. And then right here, that'd be 4th round. Maybe go quarterback if you really want to, although I don't like this guy. But if we have that pick 174 right here, that's where you go wide receiver. Actually, I would go tight end somewhere. Maybe I go like wide receiver right here. So that quarterback. And then right here where we traded that 174 pick, I forgot to share the tab. Fuck. I always forget to do that. All right. So if I were to redo it, I got tight end right here. I would go linebacker here. Maybe stick with D tackle here. Okay. Don't go wide receiver here. Go cornerback right here. So we don't have to trade this Bennett pick 174. Okay. So we had cornerback right here. And then at this pick, Noah Sewell was on the board, linebacker. You could even go, you could double dip. You could go linebacker again right here and get Noah Sewell. Don't get a quarterback. Okay. Right here, go get your wide receiver. And then at pick 174, so this empty slot or, in between right here at 174, go get a tight end, get Zach Kuntz. Okay. I mean, honestly, like you wouldn't even have to do this trade right here to get Christopher Smith. You could have got Christopher Smith with pick 174. And then with this next pick right here, you could have got Zach Kuntz. And then they could still go get this Amari bum outside fucking linebacker. Let me pull up the draft rounds because we're coming close to our pick. I think we're 231. All right. Not quite yet, but So, but yeah, but what I was gonna say though about Hunter Renfrow, I mean, let's think about this for a second, guys. I mean, like, let's put on our thinking caps, right? You give Derek Carr contract, get rid of him. You give Darren Waller contract, got rid of him. We gave Hunter Renfrow contract, and we might be getting rid of Hunter Renfrow after we drafted this Trey dude, or what, Trey Tucker, whatever his name is. So 3 of the 4, the 4th guy you gave a contract to was trying to remember. Got a lot of shit in my head right now. So all right, Derek Carr, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, Max Crosby. We're not getting rid of Max Crosby, so we'll take Max off the board. Chandler Jones, he was a free agent, right? But besides Max Crosby, the guys you gave big contracts to, if they get rid of Hunter Renfrow, you'll like you realize 3 of the 4 guys we gave big contracts to will be traded or off our team. Gone. How does that seem smart to anybody? Like, please help me see. Like, maybe I'm like dumbass, full of shit, but like, tell me how giving 3 big contracts to people that it's a smart move to get rid of those guys. So Darren Waller, big contract. Brandon Bolden, we should have never got that fucking running back. Drew Billings, they got rid of. Didn't we get rid of Trent Sieg, long snapper? Sam Webb, Luke Masterson. Yeah, we haven't gotten one offensive lineman in this draft, have we? Fuck. We could have gone offensive lineman in one of those picks too. Like Jordan McFadden. That was one of the guys I liked. Make sure you guys can see this. All right. Hold on. Let me see. You guys see this? All right. Let's go through the dead cap space because this is one of the things I'm curious about. So can't help you see, but bad business, work contracts like that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm still pissed about yesterday too, bro. I feel you, man. Too many moving parts in the front office and coaching. Davis has to approve these contracts, I would think. Unless he's just hooking up with strippers or something, dude. I don't know. So for some reason, when I think that's what I was messing up before. I usually look at this on my phone, to be honest with you guys. But when I try to blow it up to make it bigger for you guys, it does that. And it misses the rest of the fields that I want to look at, like the cap hit. So look at this, guys. All right. So everybody that wants to knight these guys like they're fucking smart and they know what they're doing and all this shit. All right. I want you guys to look at this like in depth, okay? Corey Littleton, maybe we should have got rid of him, but look at the cap hit on Corey Littleton still, okay? I'd have to go back, so don't quote me like verbatim, but I'm pretty sure we got rid of Corey Littleton as soon as the new staff came on. Okay. You'd think they would have figured out some way to utilize the guy, but whatever. Okay. Derek Carr, right? I agree it was time to move on, but it's still a $5.6 million cap hit. So that's not good. Carl Nassib, this was a bad contract. I don't even know why they gave Carl Nassib a big contract, but whatever. Kenyon Drake, we cut him last year. Look at the cap hit, guys. $4.4 million for Kenyon Drake. So they cut him, and then we signed Bolden, and then drafted 2 running backs. Just want to see something real quick because I fucked up last time. I want to see what running back Bolden's contract was. Brandon Baldwin. You guys see that all right? Where is it? I just lost it. Brandon Baldwin right here. So we paid him quite a bit of money for a running back that didn't do anything. Like $2 million. Which I think is important to like evaluate because you got to think they got like go down to these dead cap numbers again. All right, so we cut Kenyon Drake last year. We got Brandon Baldwin, Amir Abdullah. Obviously, we had Josh Jacobs, but then they drafted 2 running backs. So that's kind of crazy to me right here. Alex Leatherwood, Pleatherwood, I like to call him, $3.9 million. Darren Waller, not a whole lot for getting rid of. So at least we're not eating a bunch of money right here for Darren Waller, but it's still like, $500,000 or so, a little over half. I think most of these aren't very high values or whatever, but I mean, this totals $30 million though. So when you add it all up, there's a lot of money here. You know what I mean? Between Alex Leatherwood, Kenyon Drake, Carl Nassib, Derek Carr, and Corey Littleton. This is just kind of mind-boggling to me. There's a lot of dead money between like above Alex Leatherwood right here. There's a lot of dead money right here. And maybe Alex Leatherwood is uncoachable, but you'd think at that kind of cap hit that you would at least try to figure out a way to make it work. The problem is, I think these guys are trying to get compensatory picks. I think this is something important to understand, man, is like, let me pull up the draft here real quick because I know our pick's coming close. That I think their style, and maybe I've been wanting to do a video on it for a while, but so we're out 1, 2, 3, like 4 picks away or something. But one of the things I've thought about here is one of the things I've thought about is like, is there plan to get a bunch of compensatory picks? You know what I mean? Because that's kind of one of the things that the Patriots do, and to get compensatory picks, you have to get rid of more guys than you're taking in. So if that's their plan, it's almost like they want to sign guys just to be able to trade them or dump them later on, just to get compensatory picks. And that's a terrible business plan, in my opinion, because you're going to earn trust throughout the NFL. Think about it. Like if you're a player, okay, here's something important. I think we should like kind of put things in a proper context. If you're a player and you want a contract or you're going to sign with the team and you're a stud player or something like that, okay? Now this staff has said they want to build through the draft, not through free agency, blah, 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 okay? But think about it. You sign Derek Carr. You sign Darren Waller. You get rid of both those guys after you sign them to big contracts. You sign Hunter Renfrow. If we get rid of Hunter Renfrow, you just got rid of 3 of the 4 guys that you extended. The next guy that got extended to big contract was Max Crosby. You know what I mean? Like, would you trust an organization or a franchise that just gave you a contract and then gets rid of you within 1 year, this is bad business practice, guys. Like, I don't care if they produced or didn't produce. This coaching staff had plenty of time before they took the job, right? They had plenty of time to figure out a way, like, of who the keepers and who the people they should get rid of were. I don't care if they've never coached the Raiders or not. They had film. They had plenty of opportunities before they took the job to not make it a full rebuild, guys. And if they weren't convinced on these guys, meaning Derek Carr, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, they had no business offering them contracts. They should have never offered any of those guys contracts. So this is where I get really fired up and pissed off, because they lied to all of us. They said it wasn't a rebuild, and then they backtracked and they're like, "Oh, well, we didn't know what we had until we got here, and now we have to, like, we realized we need to get our guys in and all that." Dude, they fed us a load of shit. And most of us kind of, some of us saw it right off the bat. I was telling people, like my buddy Watts Raider, I was telling him, like, week 3, this is going to be a full rebuild. And he was like, "No, you're full of shit." And then by the end of the season, he's like, "Yeah, it's a full rebuild." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit. I fucking told you that, like, week 3, dude." It was like I could see them, like, almost purposely tanking and, like, doing some dumbass shit, dude, you know? And so to me, it's crazy, dude. If you're Darren Waller and you're a stud, and you go from an asshole coach like John Gruden to then a fake coach like Josh McDaniels, because I feel Josh McDaniels is fake with players. I mean, you'll know someone by their fruit. You'll know someone by their actions. And this coaching staff has proved, they should have proved to everybody their true intentions, guys. And I'm not just making shit up. When I calm down, I'm not yelling and cussing as much. Like, you got to look at it like the whole entire picture. The whole entire picture is extremely cloudy and muddy. And it shows the fact that these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. You would not give contracts to any of those guys if you're just going to get rid of them. That's just the facts. Whether people agree with me or not, dude, that's the facts. And people don't like truth. We live in a soft society where people just don't like to hear the facts of a situation. You get point, just like someone was in here earlier trying to say Hendon Hooker, that this dude O'Connell is better than Hendon Hooker, man. People just don't want to hear it. You could show them everything in the world and they're going to stay a dumbass. Most people just choose to be fucking stupid, dude. It's like they wake up and, like, they, like, purposely want to be dumb. Like, I'm saying, look at all the facts. Even if someone disagrees with me, dude, do your own, like, critical fucking thinking instead of, like, the mainstream narrative and what they try to, like, push to all of us, man, because they're feeding us a line of shit, man. They told us it wasn't a rebuild. Now we're in full rebuild mode. And, we're like, "Oh, we'll give them a draft." They did good in the first round. Maybe I'll give them the fucking the Mayer pick, the tight end. And after that, I'd say this draft was mediocre at best. Mediocre at best, with 12 draft going in with 12 draft picks, man. I mean, anybody thinks this was above a B grade? I don't know, dude. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm wrong. Dirty Fitty Hunter, what up, dude? How you doing, man? Ryan Miller said, 100% agree. Also, isn't it kind of odd that Marcel Reese and then the members of the scouting department were all let go about a month ago? Yeah, dude, they got rid of all the Raider. I'm going to say Marcel Reese was a Raider, great, but, like, a lot of Raider Nation respected him. Like, pretty much anybody that's had ties with the history of the Raiders, they shit canned, man. It's like they don't want, like, like, what, you can't develop Marcel Reese to whatever vision you have, dude. I mean, it's crazy, man. Otis said, yes, very suspicious. Kind of makes me think they're wanting to tank it for a while. I'm thinking so too, bro. I mean, how could it not? Like some of these moves and what they've done, I can't see it any other way. It's like comes down to either these guys are complete morons and stupid, or they're doing shit on purpose. Kevin, what up? He said, I hope we draft cornerback Isaiah Baldwin. Of course, it's a rebuild. Yeah, I know. Fantasy land, like I like to call it. Yeah, dude. No franchise that honestly truthful. It's a lot of smoke screens. Yeah, dude. But I mean, come on, bro. I'm not saying they need to tell us our whole plan. We're going to get this guy, that guy. But, dude, they had no business getting some of the, doing some of the moves they did going into this situation, dude. And, to be real, Gruden pretty much did the same thing to us, man. He said it wasn't a rebuild. We're going to keep Khalil Mack, blah, blah, blah. And I loved Gruden. I was I thought Gruden was going to take us to a Super Bowl. And, his play calling was mediocre. His draft picks were mediocre. And I feel like this, after the second round, I feel like this draft was like they took playbooks out of like like it's actually I'll reverse it. It's almost a flip. It seemed like John Gruden and Mike Mayock's later round draft picks worked out good, and early draft picks were flops. And I'd say this staff, it seems like the early draft picks were good, and the later round draft picks were flops. So if we could mix a Mayock draft board and Mayock and Gruden with this draft board, maybe we could actually have a good fucking draft. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. New regime equals new players, and players of old that don't want to buy in. They're going to be gone, period. Yeah, dude. But I mean, that's the same story every time. Otis said, I thought Hooker has a better upside than Levis. I do too. This is what happens when new regime comes in. It was expected. I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't agree with that. Our picks get ready to come in here, hopefully after the Bills pick. So we'll see what happens. That's not what they said, though. They like literally Mark Davis said this isn't a rebuild, this is a continuation of a playoff team. Maybe we went to the playoffs by luck or chance or something like that. But I mean, you're right. I already know that. I mean, every team and every like franchise, like when they get a new coaching staff and stuff, they do a full rebuild. Doesn't mean I have to like it or I agree with it. So all right, so Bill's got guard Nick Broker. Essentially what you're saying is like eat this shit sandwich and do it with a smile and accept it and like you know, be good with that. You know what I mean? Like I like the Raiders. I don't have to like the fucking decisions they make. You know, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. People can follow this staff blindly if they want. That's fine. I've been doing it for the Raiders through tons of coaches for like, you know, last 20, 30, 40 years, you know? Like, and it's always been the same story. Especially these last fucking 10, 15 years, I would say. It's always the same dog and fucking pony show. We get a new coach. We're not rebuilding. Oh, we are rebuilding. We got to get our players. And then defensive coordinator gets fired. We got to get our defensive guys in. So we have to rebuild the whole defense. Because the new defensive coordinator doesn't like the players from the old defensive coordinator. It doesn't fit his scheme. So now we got to rebuild the defense again. It's like literally the definition of insanity. Do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So even though I'm like harsh on these guys right now, like it's not like I necessarily want to fire them because if anything, we just need some consistency. But the one thing I will say is like, I don't like the attitude and the demeanor of our head coach and our fucking GM. They're fake and they're liars, dude. They're fucking really good liars. That's what they're good at. They may not be good at coaching or like teaching or leadership, but they're great fucking liars. Kevin said, I don't trust anything GM say, especially not this coach. Yeah. He said, I'm just trusting the process. This is new for us diehard Raider fans. No, it's not new, dude. We've been through this fucking dog and pony show like fucking time and time again. So we got defensive tackle, Nesta Jade Silvera. I have no idea who that is. 6'2", 304, 40-yard dash, 5.16. It's a constant rebuild, whether it's coaching or turnover of players. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I'm tired of it, dude. I'm tired, guys. Like, I'm tired of it. This is why I went ghost for months. I don't want to do no videos, dude, because I don't want to be like I can't. Here's my problem, dude. I'll be honest with you guys. I can't be fake, dude. Like, it's just not in my fucking, like, in my shit, dude. Like, I can't sit here and blow smoke up fucking everybody's ass and tell you how great the fucking Raiders are when the reality is different. Every other YouTuber and everybody else can do that for views and shit, dude, to make money. My motivation ain't fucking money, dude. It never has been, never will be. So I can't sit here and fucking lie to you guys and preach fucking positivity when I feel something completely fucking different. And not everybody has to agree with me. Maybe I'm wrong. Fuck, I hope I'm wrong. I'm tired of rebuilds. I'm tired of tanking. I'm tired of sucking. I'm tired of being the laughing stock of the NFL. I just want to win, dude. But at what cost? At the cost of integrity? At the cost of a fucking piece of shit coach that can't lead men? A coach that got ranked like not like one of the worst coaches as far as like players that are coaches that are respected by players? I mean, that's a red flag, guys. And I'm an asshole, but guess what? John Gruden was an asshole, but at least a lot of the players liked him to some degree. Like, it's oxy fucking moron, guys. You pay Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, Derek Carr. 2 of the 3 are gone. So take 2 off the board. You got Hunter Renfrow left. Well, he might be gone now too. Okay. So you paid those guys who didn't earn contracts and you got rid of them. You got Josh Jacobs, who earned a contract, was the #1 rushing leader in the NFL, and you're not going to pay the one guy you should give a contract to, but you pay the other guys. I mean, should we add up the dead money? Is the dead money enough to give Josh Jacobs a contract? That's my fucking question. I mean, let's pull it up because it's an honest fucking question. Is this right here? Is this dead money right here enough to pay Josh Jacobs? I mean, let's just take Derek Carr and Kenyon Drake. I know they didn't give Kenyon Drake a contract. I mean, but if you take 5, let's just do some quick math. We'll say 5.5. We'll say 4.5. That'd be 10. Alex Leatherwood, another 4. That's like 14 mil. That'd be enough to pay Josh Jacobs, dude, right there. Kevin says, I thought the wide receiver pick, though, threw me off, but was something I said was missing for the team. Yeah, dude, but you were probably gone. I can show you, bro. I can show you again if you want. All right, so we got this Trey Tucker dude, right here. Make sure you guys can see this. Pull this off. We got this Trey Tucker dude, which is a huge reach, right? I mean, this guy is ranked like almost an undrafted free agent, 29th overall, 222, 5'9", 182. His 40, I think, was like a 5.4 or something, right? So, it's not like he's super like fast, okay? He's fast, okay? And then you look at his production. So if we go in here, I'll pull up his stats. He had 3 touchdowns, 672 yards, okay? Only 3 touchdowns, right? Dude, we could have gotten this guy. Pulling it up here. All right, so here's our draft picks. Trey Tucker right here, dude, right? This wide receiver should have been drafted somewhere down in this range right here, guys. And there's another wide receiver that I showed a little bit earlier. You probably weren't here, but I'll show it again real quick. Okay. This guy is Trey Palmer, 6 foot, 180 out of Nebraska, who went in the 6th round. And this guy has 9 touchdowns and 1,000 yards. This guy's a speedster, and he ran a 4.3 40. So if, say, Trey Tucker got taken, you're like, oh, we need a speedy wide receiver. Because I don't agree with yours. I don't disagree. I mean, with what you're saying. I know we need a speedster over the top. I agree with that analysis. I do. So, go in the 6th round here. Here's where Trey Palmer went off the board right here to Tampa Bay. And he had the 4th fastest 40 with 4.3. This guy was a production machine. He had 9 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards receiving. A little bit taller, a little bit bigger, but yet super fast as well. That guy was available for a later round pick. So what I'm saying is, if we do the rewind, hindsight's 2020, but still, okay, because we went and got a wide receiver that should have been an undrafted wide receiver, or like a late round pick. We got Trey Tucker right here. And remember, this dude right here, Bennett, the cornerback, we traded pick 174. Pick 174 for this dude. We could have got Bennett right here, guys. Right here, where Trey Tucker is, wide receiver. We could have gone, this cornerback could have gone right here. And I wouldn't have gone wide receiver with this pick, okay? I would not have gone wide receiver right there. This is where we should have gone linebacker. We could have got Sewell, linebacker, who I think has a lot of potential. We could have got a really good linebacker right here. And then with pick 174, I believe it would have been like right in this range. Okay, with pick 174. This is where this pick, we could have gotten Trey Tucker, guys. This wide receiver right here, we wouldn't have had to trade shit. And we go get Trey Tucker. Or we get Trey Palmer, the other wide receiver from Nebraska. Both speedsters. We didn't have to trade shit. And we get a pretty damn good linebacker. So this is like, these are red flags to me, dude. This is a way overreach. And this quarterback right here, this is not a good quarterback, guys. I mean, I'll pull up his stats because you probably didn't see it. So this is our quarterback that we drafted from Purdue, 6'3", 200 pounds. His total yards is 3,400. Touchdowns, 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Year before, 28 and 11. It's like about, if you average these, it's probably about a 50% touchdown interception ratio, which is terrible. And it's consistent. He's consistently throwing interceptions. So people that didn't like Derek Carr, you're going to hate this guy. And my guy that I said to get was Hendon Hooker. Look at his 27 and 2 touchdowns or 2 interceptions, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 31 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Hendon Hooker was a way better quarterback. So it's kind of like just whatever at this point. So we go D tackle. We Raiders take 4 defensive tackles and no offensive linemen. Look at this. Anybody see any offensive linemen in here? But yet we get 4 defensive tackles in 2 years. 4 defensive tackles in 2 years. Because remember, last year we got because Raider fans forget this. Last year they drafted Neil Farrell Jr. and Matthew Butler. And we just got 2 defensive tackles in this draft. And yeah, maybe we need to build from the inside out. I know we need better help at D tackle, but shit, man. I mean, like, is this damage control? Why are they drafting, 2 more defensive tackles when we already got these guys plus Tillery? So what, did they flop? Did they miss on these draft picks? Do they feel like these guys aren't going to be like, future players for the team? We didn't give Josh Jacobs a contract, but yet we drafted Zamir White, running back, and then Brenton Brown. And then we signed Brandon Bolden I don't even know why we signed that dude. So I don't know. It's puzzling to me, guys. Yeah. Like it's not like I'm just full of shit. I'm trying to point out the facts, dude. And not just to put my narrative, but like, it's like some of these like moves are fucking idiotic, bro. Some of these moves are not good. Like, it's not like you got to be an expert to like see like, dude, why are these guys doing this? All right. Kevin said, or let me go back up. Otis said, I never even heard of the QB you drafted. Kevin said that Hyundai Carpenter guys was full of it also. Laugh out loud. For the fans who weren't around for Russell era, won't understand as much. Trust me. Yeah, dude. I know. Because the younger fans don't understand like what we've been through, dude. Some of the older cats that have been sticking through this bleeding silver and black for a long time. Nesta who? Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. Or the Maranovich era. Yeah, Todd Maranovich. I hated that guy, man. Kevin said, Renfro definitely looks like he's to be gone. His money is going to Josh Jacobs if we really tripping at this point. We should sign Josh Jacobs. We need that money to pay Jacobs. If that's the plan and they sign Jacobs, I'll cut him some slack. I've said since the season ended. God, I can't talk. I said since the season ended that the first thing this staff needs to do is sign Josh Jacobs. That's how you'll know they're fruit and if they're fucking full of shit or if they're worth a shit. And they haven't signed Josh Jacobs. They tagged him, and I don't even know if Josh Jacobs wants to play for these guys, to be honest with you. Even if they free up the money, Josh Jacobs might just be at a point where he like, you know, like these guys lost the respect and trust from Josh Jacobs. Final draft grade is C+. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. If you combine everything, C+, and that might even be a little forgiving, I guess. So Kevin said both sides of the ball we gained tremendous speed. That dude is super fast. So is Trey Palmer, man. Watch this film. Yeah, dude, I just showed you his production, man. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Trey Tucker? Dude, he's got 3 touchdowns, man. His numbers like don't line up with where we drafted him in the draft. Is along the lines and Downs, a kid from Houston Dells. Coach got up close to the kid, Senior Bowl, liked him to the cheetah. Didn't they get rid of Carr because of similar stats? Right, dude? Right, dude? That's what I'm saying, man. Oh, man. Shake my head. No, it doesn't fit our defense anymore, though. That's the problem. He's a backup. That's how the Patriots draft. Yeah. I don't know why, dude. Should kept Stiddy and drafted Hooker. Well, I mean, the thing with Stiddy, like, I think he got like 10 million or something, dude. He got a ridiculous amount of money for a backup quarterback, bro. Ryan said, I was so amped up for this draft. Ended up like this. We got 2 starters and Wilson and Mayer, and the rest of the draft was a C grade at best. Now re-sign Yasin and bring in Marcus Peters. Was Marcus Peters still a free agent? Lafayette says B-. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I just feel like the first and second round were good, and then I feel like everything after that was just head scratching. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. I will say, I don't think most of us knew who like Danny Amendola was, or Wes Welker, or Julian Edelman, those slot wide receivers. I don't think any of us knew who those guys were when they came on the scene. And then all of a sudden they're playing for the Patriots, doing really good, and we're like, who the fuck are these guys? But going in the draft, like nobody knew who they were. So maybe that's who Trey Tucker is. Maybe he's that style of wide receiver. But I will say one of the things about Renfro that bothered me, and this is going back years ago, like after his rookie year or something like that, years ago, was when Hunter Renfro got interviewed and they asked about his offseason or whatever. And he's like, I just like to relax and kind of hang out, sit around the house on my off seasons kind of thing, and that bothered me because this dude needs to put on weight and get fit. Like he doesn't even look like a wide receiver kind of thing, So maybe he's not got the work ethic that should be there. However, John Gruden was able to get the best out of him, and I felt like this coaching staff didn't utilize Hunter Renfrow the right way. I know he was hurt for most of the season, but the routes, the deep routes, and some of the routes that they chose Hunter Renfrow to run was not routes to Hunter Renfrow's strengths. You almost got to let him be like a free baller, like a free to kind of have some stuff that he can do on his own. Like give him a basic route, and then if he needs to change it up, just let him fucking like do his thing. That's how a guy like Hunter Renfrow is gonna excel and succeed. Just kind of like more like a street ball style. So I always said you're gonna check to see if Marcus Peters is free agent. I mean, it also depends how much money he wants. If he's wanting 10 plus mil or something, I don't know, dude. So. I mean, to come out of this draft, like if I was gonna even if we were to instead of getting a backup quarterback, go get an offensive lineman right there. I'm pretty sure my guy Jordan McFadden was available right about that time. Maybe he went a little bit prior to that. Actually, let me look because I'm kind of curious because that was one of the linemen I liked in the later rounds. I think it was the 4th round or something like that. Keely Ringo. DeJuan Jones. So this guy is, I think, a pretty good offensive tackle. Oh, but this is but he would have been off the board. City South. All right, let's go to the next round and see who came off the board for offensive linemen in the 5th round. So Noah Sewell, this is the linebacker that I thought we should have got right here. Well, I think he looks good. You guys say watch tape on people. Watch this little highlight reel right here. This is Noah Sewell, linebacker, that the Raiders could have got instead of getting the wide receiver. Just athletic. That's DTR he just stacked. Looks like a big dude. You telling me you guys wouldn't have wanted that guy? I mean, seriously, can anybody tell me they did not want this guy? Oops. Who the Bears got? Because we could have got him had we not got that wide receiver so early. Henry To'oto. He was also available. Another linebacker. let's see who this linebacker was. We could also gotten. I don't know who this guy is, but 6 foot 225. There's no tape on him or highlight. But it's just crazy, dude. There was 2 linebackers right there we could have gotten had we not drafted a wide receiver that high. So everybody complaining about a linebacker, just know there was 2 available that we easily could have gotten. That would have been, I think, studs. Those are 2 guys I was like on my mock drafts, like I was doing on my own, like that I was like, man, that either of those guys would be like good if they're available in the later rounds, kind of thing. Stupid pop-up ads. All right, put our picks on the board and see what you guys are saying in the chat. Oh, Otis said he's still a free agent. Just checked. Marcus Peters, thanks for doing that. I think a trade for a vet linebacker is in store. Devin White might be a Raider next year. I don't know, man. We need help at linebacker, and they missed in this draft on linebacker bad. And Baltimore is also trying to move Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen's pretty good. I thought we could have got extra compensation, but went with the highest on their board and Tyree. We definitely could have traded back and still got Gonzalez and more comps. Otis says he's glad we didn't grab Carter. Kevin says we got slightly better offensively, but got worse defensively as of right now. That's a fair take. I agree. Otis said that's a sad thought within itself. That's funny. Kevin said more unbalanced than last year as of now, but we traded to get a prime linebacker like Devin White and added Deion Jones. Too slow, bro. We didn't need another wide receiver, really. I think we did, but hey, I don't get paid to think for the Raiders. So nope, I'd rather have Ivan Pace. Another super slow linebacker. Don't translate our defensive scheme. That's the problem. They want speedy guys at linebacker. I don't know, dude. Sewell looked pretty fast to me. So I don't know. Noah Sewell looked pretty fast to me, man. I would have taken Noah Sewell. If we weren't getting Trent Simpson or Drew Sanders, we wasn't going to draft any linebacker in first 3 rounds. I mean, Trenton Simpson was on the board for a while, though, right? Pretty sure he went in the 3rd round, didn't he? Trenton Simpson? Let's look. Let's look and see. So here's Drew Sanders in the 3rd round. Freaking Broncos got him. There's my guy, Hendon Hooker, 2 picks before us. I doubt the Raiders would even got him had he even fell to us. These guys are fucking morons running this thing. Maybe it was the second round he went. Hanley, Dwan Henley. This was a guy that Raider Dave liked. Would have been nice to maybe get him. Yeah, here we go. Trenton Simpson. So it went in the third round. So I guess my question would be, what if I know it's hindsight's 2020 looking back, but like I'm just saying, what if we didn't go D tackle here? What if we had gotten Trenton Simpson here? Or who was the other one you said? Drew Sanders. Okay. So, geez. So we could have got Drew Sanders because the Broncos got him. So let's say we get Trenton Simpson instead of Byron Young. What other D tackles were there that come off the board that were worth a hoop, maybe? Kobe Turner, I don't know too much about him. Broderick Martin out of Western Kentucky. Fourth round. Wait, make sure it's fourth round. Yeah, fourth round. Colby Wooden. Cameron Young. So let's go to the fifth round. I do know a lot of D tackles came off the board, but I'm just curious if any of these stand out. Jaquelin Roy, D tackle at LSU. I mean, the way the board's looking, maybe Byron Young was the last somewhat good defensive tackle, so maybe it was like a desperate pick because all the other ones got taken ahead of us that were like worth, a possible like starting D tackle. Excuse me. Keandre Coburn in the sixth round, I think. Yeah. So Coburn. Scott Matlock, Boise State. Deontay Sills, West Virginia, D tackle. It's probably not even worth it to check seventh round, but we can do it just in case there's someone you guys seen that maybe someone was looking at that someone else wasn't. Travis Bell. See, here was my if you weren't here earlier, Zach Kuntz is like one of my like later picks. I didn't think he'd fall this far. I thought like fifth, sixth round. But Zach Kuntz, if we hadn't got a tight end in the second, maybe Zach Kuntz would have been an option and a good scheme fit for the Raiders for like a blocking / catching tight end. So yeah, it doesn't look like anybody I'm seeing stands out too much to me as far as D tackles that were still on the board. They thought D tackle was more of a need position at that point. Okay, so I'll say that's a fair take. I'll be honest. Like looking through it, I just wanted to digest it, but like seeing who was left on the board, you're probably right. That's kind of was my thinking too. So Otis said, at this point, I got game 8. McDonald's gets canned with losing record. And then just another big rebuild. That's all I ever ask. Just be honest. That pick let us all know Renfrow is gone. I mean, yeah, but I mean, it just goes to show they don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. Broncos snuck in there, snatch up Drew Sanders. Yeah, dude. Chargers got Henley. I know. They both got good linebackers. We got jack shit, bro. Ryan Miller says, oh my God, if you look up O'Connell and check his prospect grade on the weakness, this dude is horrible. Only connected 29% of his downfield shots, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I wanted to come on here. As soon as that quarterback got selected, I'm like, oh my God, that's where I lost it. Well, I lost it several areas. One, when the Raiders get Hendon Hooker, you were here yesterday, you probably know. Two, when we got Trey Tucker yesterday. So that's how the day ended. I'm like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And then three, when we went and got this quarterback, I'm just like, oh my God, dude. So it's crazy, bro. Crazy. Yeah, Drew Sanders. Yeah, I know. Gonna be a long season. It's gonna be hard to watch this team do this year, man. Wasn't a deep draft at D tackle, and that was a major need. Yeah, like I was projecting some of these guys might go third round, like a Byron Young, but I think D tackles got taken so much like early in the draft that just got to the point where it's like slim pickings and D tackle, dude. So most weren't 3 techs. I got you. There's deep linebacker draft, but some teams made a run on a lot of them. We coveted. I know. I mean, I guess it's true. You never know how the board's going to fall. I don't know. I agree with that take to some degree. I agree with that take. Certain spots we went best available. At certain spots, I felt like we reached, man. I mean, seriously, you don't think we reached? I mean, I don't know how anybody that's evaluating this draft can be like, oh, this is amazing. We didn't reach anywhere. Actually, that was what I meant. Click teams. Like, again, like, don't get Trey Tucker here, okay? Don't get a wide receiver that early. Get your cornerback. If that's the guy you believe in, you get him right here. Because remember, this was pick 100. This was pick 100, Trey Tucker. And then Bennett, this cornerback, was our first pick in the 4th round. We traded up. We traded pick 174. So you get your cornerback right here instead of Trey Tucker. Okay. And then with your next pick right here, where they got this cornerback, instead of trading, you get a linebacker. You get Noah Sewell right here. And then, like, you still have one. Like, even if we just switch these two, don't get a receiver yet, and pick like 174, somewhere in this range, okay? At pick 174, then you go get your Trey Tucker. Instead of reaching, man, you go get your Trey Tucker somewhere down here at your pick 174. Zach Pickens was a D tackle I liked, but I didn't think he'd go that high. So 2nd round, Byron Young, 70. So that was our pick. We didn't trade there. This I think this was the trade from Darren Waller, Trey Tucker. So this was the reach pick, okay? This is late 3rd round, 100 pick overall, okay? And we go into the beginning of today. Okay, we trade up. Okay, forget what we traded, but we were at pick 109. I remember that we were at pick 109. I don't think they show the trade in here. I don't know why they don't, but nevertheless, we went from pick 109 right here to right here, 104. But remember, I'm saying get this cornerback at pick 100 at the end of the 2nd round. So you would have gotten him right here. Okay. And then our next pick, we traded up to go get this quarterback, which we didn't need to. Pick 135. We shouldn't have traded up for that. Go in the 5th round. We had pick 174. Or actually, originally we had pick 141 and pick 144. Okay. So originally we had this pick and pick 144. We traded this 141 pick right here to go get our tight end. Okay. So that's why we didn't have a pick 141. But originally we were going to be picking 141 and then 144. Okay. So even after we got our tight end, we would have been picking right here. This guy, right? This spot right here. So if we would have done what I'm saying, so I said, you get your cornerback at the end of the 2nd round. You still have this pick. You can go get your linebacker. Okay. Noah Sewell is who I would have picked there. And then you'd have pick 174 would be your next pick. So he moved up a little bit. They could have still got their cornerback or whatever. We traded a lot, so it's hard to remember exactly what the picks were. But here in the 6th round, this is probably like maybe you trade up to move somewhere in here. I mean, look, the safety was available there. So it's just a little crazy, dude, because like we could have came out of this draft with a linebacker. I feel confident in saying that. We could have came out of this draft with a linebacker, and we probably still could have gotten Trey Tucker. So they could have figured out a way to make it happen. And if they're that confident in the dude, well, to come out of this draft without a linebacker, I mean, it's a fail. They should have used one of the picks for next year to get a stud, to either get a stud linebacker, stud cornerback, or something like that. So they reached on quarterback, they reached on wide receiver. Those are the 2 areas I would say they definitely, like, in my opinion, missed on. Kevin said, I think we had a mole in our chat seeing who we wanted at linebacker. Damn donkeys and Chargers. Shake my head. Yeah, bro. It's going to be hard to watch us defensively. Shake my head. Damn, I thought last year was one of the worst I've seen. Shake my head. Yeah, I know. We better call Tampa Bay for Devin White ASAP and sign another vet linebacker cornerback. We have like 16 mil right now. That's the reason I wanted to trade before the draft for Jalen Ramsey. We wouldn't be in this position now. It's looking bleak. It's not looking good, dude, defensively. No, it's looking like these guys, I don't know. It's looking like a big miss, in my opinion. People were saying, no, it's too much. I agree. It wasn't a desperate need, but it was a need, though. A need you addressed in the 6th round, though, dude. You know what I'm saying? That Trey Palmer dude was still on the board, too, man. We could have got either of those guys, man. It was like a 6th round pick, bro. Need to nut punch this front office and coaching. Need to come away. Shout out to you, Omar. How you doing, man? We did come away with a linebacker. Fuck, dude. I don't know if you call that a linebacker, but because I wanted cornerback Darius Rush with South Carolina in the 4th round. Drew Sanders should have been our pick at number 3. It was a pivot pick. I think 2, if not 3 top linebackers. went that before them at 100. Guys flew off the board, so they reached for a player they liked. I'm okay with that. I'm not, dude. But I'm not bought in on a lot of this stuff this franchise is selling us right now. To come away without a good linebacker with this many picks. And I hear what Kevin's saying, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go get Noah Sewell, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if like you don't like the way I'm trying to put it simply, guys, is like trying to put it like somewhat simply. I'm probably overcomplicating it, right? We don't get wide receiver, okay? We get a cornerback at the wide receiver spot where we picked, okay? We don't like leverage trades and stuff like that. And then because we got a cornerback, we'll have an extra pick. And then with our next pick, we get a linebacker. And then you could still go quarterback, which they went, or instead of the quarterback, then you go wide receiver. You know what I mean? So it just there's one guy I'm waiting to see if he goes that maybe somehow he could end up being like an undrafted free agent the Raiders could look at. But defensive end, edge rusher Isaiah Land. We'll look it up. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to find something here. Maybe I'll just do this. I'll do that one. Because the reason why I'm like trying to, I just want to double check and make sure that Isaiah Land hasn't gone somewhere. Just one of the highlight videos I wanted to show you guys. Give me a second. All right, so this is this dude Isaiah Land, and I'm like 98% sure he hasn't came off the board. Let me take my fat head off. All right, so I want you guys to watch this guy. I kind of stumbled across him when I was trying to look at later round draft picks, and I know we don't necessarily need an edge rusher, but I really like this guy as a potential edge rusher / linebacker that can possibly cover tight ends. So if he hasn't came off, I know we don't have any more draft picks, but if he ends up being an undrafted free agent, I'm like, I don't know. I think there might be something special with this guy, like, you know, as a UDFA or something like that, but check it out. Watch his feet. Watch his footwork right here. Watch how quick his feet is. I think this guy could cover Travis Kelce, dude. Watch this guy. Look how quick he's able to break. It's hard when they put it in slow-mo, but if you watch it in real speed, the other video I watched, it wasn't in slow-mo like this, but he's fucking fast, dude. Quick feet for a big guy. Most big guys can't cut and get up to speed that fast.
This is Ashley Bryant with HBCU Game Day. Today we're joined with Isaiah Land, who just got done performing at FAMU Pro Day. Isaiah, how do you feel about your performance today?
I feel good. It felt good to show my talents off in front of all these scouts. And I feel like I moved pretty smooth and I just put my best foot forward today.
Okay, and then with your performance here today and at the Combine, what do you hope that you showed scouts?
I want to show the scouts that I could perform at a high level, at an NFL level, and just show that I'm just as good as any top player in the country, at FBS, FCS, at any level.
All right, and now that Pro Day is over, how do you plan on preparing for a career in the NFL?
Now that Pro Day is over, I'm just going to go back to, what I know and just get ready to be in football shape and just be prepared that whatever team call my name, that I'm ready to go.
All right, and thank you for that. I am Ashley Bryant.
What do you guys think, man? Ivan Pace? I'm pretty sure. I can check on that in a minute. We'll see. All right, he said he would have flipped Drew Sanders for Trey. Yeah, but the thing is that the Broncos got him. I hear you, but the Broncos got him, dude. Broncos got him before. I think it was the third round, I believe. Yeah, facts. Did we do overreach? Yeah. These guys have board, brother. If they value players on their board, they're going to roll with that. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it, though, dude. So you may cut Andre James to save an extra $5 million and go get some defensive vets. This doesn't look good on defense at linebacker and cornerback. Yeah. Did Ivan Pace ever get drafted? I'm like, I'll look it up here in a second. I'll look it up right now for you. Oops. It's available. Pop-up ads. He's still on the board. Yeah, Ivan Pace is still on the board. All right, I'm going to share this real quick. Make sure you guys can see it. Hold on. Take my head off. All right, so here's Isaiah's Land's 40 time right here.
This group we're watching right here, probably one of these guys can be a Philadelphia Eagle next year.
There's Isaiah Land. Let's get out. 4.66. Did improve.
Can't help myself, Rich, but I kind of want to see Isaiah Land go to the Seahawks.
So like a 4.66 40.
Ooh, he went 1.56.
So then what's 1.56? Otherworldly?
Yeah.
Not
So here's according to their draft board who's best available still on the board, so you guys can see it. Damn, dude, this dude still hasn't got drafted. This offensive guard from Alabama. I think that's the dude with the short arms. That's crazy. He had an overall grade of 8. Eli Ricks hasn't gone. That's kind of crazy too. Ali Gay, pass rusher. Oh, click the wrong thing. Xavier Hutchinson, wide receiver, hasn't gone yet. There's actually some like kind of sneaky dudes on here that Zach Kuntz still hasn't got picked. What? Oh, dude, that's crazy, man. Evan Pace Jr. Trey Paul. No, what? This can't be right because Trey Palmer went, dude. I don't know if this is accurate because I know Trey Palmer went. This is like a different Trey Palmer, but there's my guy right here, Isaiah Land. That's why I couldn't find him. They have him as outside linebacker. So 6'4", 236. Land is an undersized edge who flashed playing inside linebacker at the Senior Bowl, and teams may view him as a developmental off the ball linebacker. He's at his best rushing the quarterback. Land is exceptional or explosive get off, bend, and closing bursts to win speed off the edge. He's lean, short arms, and struggles to anchor when blockers get into his frame. But that's because he's only 236. So, like, really, this guy should be like a linebacker, in my opinion. But he's got quick feet. This is a guy I think could be developmental. At 6'4", he's got good height. This is a guy that I think could cover Travis Kelce, guys, if he's coached right and made the transition. We traded a lot of draft picks away. There's some guys here available in this late round that Raiders could have got. I mean, think about it. Like, I know we already got a tight end, but we could get Zach Kuntz if we would have had another pick here too. He might have came off the board. Let me see. Oh, he did come off the board. I don't know why he was showing up there at first. So he went to the Jets, Zach Kuntz. Corey Trice went to the Steelers. See, Bolden, that's that Jackson State cornerback, developmental guy. But dude, that's fucked up. They don't even have his height or weight in here, dude. What do they got against Jackson State? That's kind of fucked up, man. Wonder if any of these teams will take Isaiah Land. I bet you Broncos take him or something, dude. Maybe the Raiders will trade up into one of these picks right here and get him. All right, see what you guys are talking about. Noah's a baller, but I'm looking from a point of origin point of view. He doesn't fit his scheme. FMAU player land. All right, later, Otis. Take it easy, partner. Also, Isaiah Bolden. Look up this kid, cornerback, Jackson State. That was the dude I just was talking about. Yeah, right here. Bolden started 13 games of college, but he possesses a rare blend size, length, top speed. He's dangerous return man with a high ceiling at corner. Kind of sad they didn't have his height and weight in there. Both Jackson State cornerbacks would be worth developing. Whoa. All right. Drake Thomas also available as a UDFA, right? What position is Drake Thomas? Eli Ricks also, yeah, wild, yeah. I'm kind of behind in the chat, so I'm not sure. Oh, you're talking about who got taken, yeah. Yeah, I was kind of looking at him in my mock drafts. What up, Raphael? How you doing, man? Do you really trust the Raiders coaching regime to get the most out of Isaiah Land, though? Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm getting ready to close it down here, Raph. I'm kind of burned out, to be honest with you, buddy. I just wanted to finish up these last two picks and then call it a day. I was gonna close it down when they're right after the Raiders picked, but I'm just in case Raiders trade up or do something silly. I doubt they will, but that, and I'm kind of curious if anybody picks up Isaiah Land. But at 4.66 speed, I mean, for it'd be hard maybe to find a scheme fit for him because it's like, well, what is he? Is he an edge rusher? He's obviously not going to be a defensive lineman. Was he an edge rusher, linebacker? Shit, maybe put that dude at fucking free safety, man. I know it sounds a little crazy, but 6'4", 236, like that'd almost be worth trying to like put him at some sort of like slot safety / linebacker. Have him try to keep up with Travis Kelce. You can't put Amik Robertson, dude. Like, think about it. We have Amik Robertson is like 5'8", 5'9". Okay. We look at our cornerbacks. The guy we just drafted, which is the cornerback, Bennett, he's like 5'10". He's short. The safety, Christopher Smith, he's short at 5'10". Dude, all these guys are vertically challenged. They ain't going to be able to cover Travis Kelce. Like, we didn't like address really anybody that's going to try to cover Travis Kelce. It's like, it's mind, and I know it's hard to find like somebody that cover a stud tight end like that, but the Raiders didn't really pick up anybody that has height and weight and speed to be able to cover Travis Kelce. And there's nobody on our team, in my opinion, that fit the description to cover Travis Kelce. Nobody. It's got to be somebody that's got height and got speed, quick feet to be able to cover Travis Kelce. Shit, I'd say try to pick up Isaiah Land if he is an undrafted free agent and just try to give it a shot to see if he might freaking be able to be developed into someone that even if you just like keep him on the team just to cover Travis Kelce when you play him twice a year. Like, you know what I mean? He's got quick enough feet, though. The way he can cut and stuff in and out of his like breaks. Two more picks and we're all done. Gonzalez said McDaniels will put Tucker on Kelsey. All right, last pick is in for the Rams. All right. Mr. Irrelevant. Who's the next Brock Purdy? Come on, just show the pick, man. They make like all the other picks go quick and they take forever on the very last pick. It's kind of a slap in the face to get the Mr. Irrelevant title. Deshaun Johnson, Toledo defensive end. They don't even have height, weight. They have no description. Jeez. All right, gonna shut it down, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hopefully, went over some good stuff for the draft. See how the season goes. Try to be patient the best I can, even though I'm a little upset. But try to do some research on some guys, and then see you guys down the road. Try to do another video. But with that being said, appreciate everybody. You guys take care. One Nation, Raider Nation. Harker Raider out.